Yes. It's another beautiful day. Happy New Year 2023. It's yours truly, MK, or Michael Kemadi, your hosts, representing Impact Masters Podcasts in collaboration with Africa's Talking Podcasts. And today we have a special guest. You know, every time we cover tech ecosystem in Africa and we bring you the shakers and movers in tech. And today we have an interesting guest, a guy who has shaped tech ecosystem for the past decades. He has done a lot, but he's the guy behind the scene. I'll tell you why, and even in this discussion, you'll understand why. One and only, the man himself. They call him Prof for a reason. Today we have Anthony Nanda of Beyond Prof Nanda. How are you, Prof?
Good.
You good?
Asante sana.
Karibu
Intro,
sana.
I don't think I'm a mover and shaker. Maybe I'm just a shaker.
Okay,
When you hype sana, like...
No. Chief. You're one of the guys we started with back in the days. It looks like yesterday, but it's been a while. But before we go to the details and everything, we like to know. You cannot tell a story of an African man without knowing who he is, and we would like us you to tell us who you are.
Who I am.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm.
Now, when you go to who you are, I remember Ted.
Mm.
You know Ted?
Yes.
Ted Oveti, he really like talking about like identity. Remember I met him and he was really...
Teddy Warrior.
Yeah, warrior himself. So I think right now I can describe myself as, of course, an African man. Not in that sense of African men, we do this and that. But I'm an African.
Yes.
And actually I'm a Pan-Africanist in terms of I really believe in not just our countries, because those countries were just virtual demarcations
from the colonial rule.
Just on the table, and they decide, okay, this line here is Kenya. And actually, if you look at my story, you realize that I'm a victim of that cutting, because actually my roots are in Uganda now. If you were to say about countries.
There's this thing they call ancestral roots. It's so popular in America. So you find someone tracing back decades. So how are you able to trace that to Uganda?
No, so my dad knows our history. Okay. And it's not really a long history. So, but the thing is, I come from Western Kenya, but because of this colonial stuff is the line. So normally it would just be a region, the whole region of Mount Kenya, that region up to getting to Uganda. But because of the colonial, they'll cut it. So actually it's not really far. My roots are like great grandfather is the one who came from Uganda.
Okay.
So great grandfather came with my grandfather. With my grandfather as a kid.
So they just moved a little bit and then they happened to be on this side of Kenya.
They just moved to come see some of their relatives on the other side. So they come from an area called Mbale in Uganda. That should be Eastern Uganda.
Eastern Uganda.
Yeah.
So originally you're from Eastern Uganda.
So and even when you see someone called Nanda, mostly in Kenya, if there must be my brother.
It's like an ancestral name.
That Nanda is just a unique name for us. But you go to Uganda, there are many Nandas. You'll get like it to be common. But in Kenya,
they're not.
Okay.
Nice. So you're born in Mbale or?
Oh, no. So myself, of course, born in Western Kenya.
Where specifically?
In a place called Lugulu.
Lugulu.
Yes. Lugulu is near Webuye. Webuye, Bungoma. Yes. That's Bungoma County.
Yeah. I know Webuye from the pan paper.
Pan paper, of course,
Yeah. We studied
it. That was that's the economic, activity, the main economic stuff. Like those who made it are working in pan paper.
But it's no longer there anymore.
They're trying to revive it. But there's some small stuff that goes on there. Maybe some They also produce hydrochloric acid. I think.
Okay.
They do some of those byproduct stuff.
So where do they get these the chemicals to do all this? Is it?
The hydrochloric, I think, was because of when they're bleaching the
papers
and everything. I think the byproducts they use it to do some to build some.
I see.
Some other chemicals.
So nothing goes to waste.
Yeah, I know they do waste stuff sometimes.
Okay. So
So born. Should I say my age?
No, it's okay if you want. If you don't want to say that,
so I left people to guess my age
from the chronological account
So born raised in the village in Lugulu. Actually, most of my early life I spent just in one place.
Okay, that is Lugulu.
Yeah, Lugulu. And if I ever visited somewhere, I would go like to my aunt's place somewhere somewhere called Kwanza in Trans Nzoia. Yeah. That's the only place. That was my trips. Never to Nairobi.
And it is not far away from Lugulu.
Lugulu.
How far is
it's close, but in the olden days the roads were really bad.
Okay.
But you're talking of maybe 150 kilometers.
150 kilometers.
Best or 100.
Okay. So it's like a 2-hour journey.
Yeah, but long time. Long time
now,
used to take maybe a day or something. Because
the road.
The roads were So born there, and I was just in the village, just chilling and just being a village boy. So I went to school, just in my village school there, called Lugulu Boarding Primary School. But also that school was a bit like a national school sort of.
Which one?
It's a primary school, but sort of national because many people are from various places. So I was school with all ethnicities.
Which school was this?
It's called Lugulu Boarding.
Lugulu Boarding.
So our home actually is not. It's just behind the school. Yeah.
But you boarded?
No. I was the schooling until the 8th year.
Okay.
Well, because of those remedials and tuitions.
Oh, okay.
So you better be in the school. So it's easier to.
Yeah.
So I only boarded in class 8. Then, of course, went to Friends School Kamsinga.
No, wait a minute. How was that experience in Lugulu Boarding, right? What are those memories that you remember, all those experience?
Mostly, I think, of course, myself, I think I just remember, I was more of a bookworm. Yeah, so we just those people.
You used to study a lot?
Yeah.
Did you used to dip your feet on the cold?
Yeah, we did that. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if like at night so that you just keep awake. Yeah. But in high school I'll give a story about high school.
We'll get there. Let's hear the primary school one. Yeah? So at primary school you are dipping your feet in cold water.
Yeah, maybe class 7 there.
Why?
Like revision, just to get that time. And even until now, our education system is still about regurgitation. I don't like it, like where you just have to cram. It's not about like challenging your intellect and all that. If it's all about that, I think people will just be going into an exam without even preparing because you're just you.
It's you. You represent who you are.
Yeah. You just go and do. But now you have to really prepare, remember. But I really like the fact that ChatGPT is going and all these technologies are going out to change. The way people we teach, and I like that disruption. So you have to now get better there.
Yeah. And this is tech anyway, so we'll discuss more like how tech is changing, all these experiences. So, did you guys get whipped for some reason?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, there used to be another thing called slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse?
Yes. So what happens in slaughterhouse is this like an event, like it happens especially for I think class 7 and 8. I think 8. Where now it's about, even if you had 95%, you've dropped from maybe you had 98 previously.
For one subject or for everything?
Not for even every subject.
Meaning score is below what you had.
Yeah, so any dropping, so people will be lined up and the teachers will have cans.
Each teacher?
Yes. So just like on a row. There's a slaughterhouse.
Did you frequent there?
But I was not really not that frequent. So I was trying to
once or twice.
I tried to read a lot.
You'd never been in a slaughterhouse?
Was I? Maybe once.
Maybe once. And that's dropping from 99 to 98.
Okay, maybe I've exaggerated, but maybe mostly those droppings of maybe 80s to 70s. When the teachers actually are seeing that you're becoming, you're joking.
You're
now.
relaxing.
Yeah, you're relaxing. You're going towards now the A minor.
And you performed really well in primary school.
Yeah, tried.
You
I was not the
could
level
not get
of.
to
I was not. Was I on the national? You know that time it's about being on the paper.
on the paper, yes.
Like
yes.
everyone buys the paper and they sort of like put it somewhere. But was I on the paper maybe?
Which
Maybe
year
I
was it?
in the inner pages. Where those like you have to go look for the name. Those days they used to publish all the names. Remember?
Top 100.
So I wasn't there in the national now. I was in the like top maybe the provincials.
Or provincials.
Maybe provincials, or maybe I could have been maybe in the top 50. Maybe.
Top 50. Okay. Okay. So you of course you can't join Friends Come Singer if you have not performed really well because it's a national school, right?
Then it was a provincial. Then, but now it's a national.
Yeah. So how was that interaction with everyone from all over the country?
Yeah, so the good thing is like my primary also had people from all over. Also, of course, people from Nairobi. You know, those
are the cool kids.
Cool kids. But also decided just continuation. Actually, most of my primary guys also we went together in the same. Like, it would be like a good number.
Yeah.
Went.
So at least there are a couple of familiar faces.
Yes.
Yeah.
School. Then of course school with so many other guys. Yeah, I think high school was I can say it was my formative now. That's when I think in my primary, when you're asking me, I think I was more, what I remember, I was more of a timid person. A lot of timid. Yeah.
Because of your body and
I was just chill, bookworming. And then, but also I tried to do some, I was also involved in PE. We did those like acrobatic stuff. A little bit.
Nice.
A little bit, but not really.
Nice.
So I remember doing a backflip and falling on my head.
Oh, okay.
And it was like you have to do it. Like you don't do it, you'll be canned. So I was like,
everyone has to do it.
But the ones who are like signed up for that.
Oh, okay.
PE.
In that club.
Yeah, because you're going to compete.
Yeah, I know. I competed, but do you know which part I played?
Yeah.
You know, there are those drummists.
Oh yes.
So my two bros were really good. So when I joined another school, when I tell my story, all this will make sense. So when I joined another school, I used to like to do it, but I could see people get injured, like people would break their hand and then so I was a bit discouraged by that. But one time, I was told, there are those guys you carry as subs. So in case someone doesn't show up during the competition, you'll cover for them. Of course, it's not like you're doing the flips, but you go and arrange those springboards, or you hold someone's leg and then they flip. Those ones you're not involved much. So I was just a sub. And then it happens the drummist who used to do the drum, so that it goes with a pattern. I don't know if you guys used to.
Yeah, there was drumming. You have to do drum so that you remember the set.
Yes.
Because you might not remember what was the next thing. Yeah.
So that dude, I don't know what he did. So the PE master chased him away. Like, Michael, come. Can you do this? You know me, I used to. I didn't practice, but of course the patterns were not that complex. Then I took over. From there, we went up to I think provincial something. I can't remember. We went so far, and the reason why we did not progress is because you see when these things sometimes get to high levels, I hear there is a lot of corruption.
Yeah, there was a lot of corruption. That's true.
So that's how much I was involved in the PE. But my two bros were really good. In the PE.
Talking of those corruptions, like you remember, like especially this, at least the games like football, everything would be seen there. Right? Even if the ref is unfair, you can see he's not giving a penalty and all that. But this one is like you're waiting for judgment, and then the way you've seen all the other sets, you say, this one we are going. Sure, it may end. And then you just see number 2, runners up. It's you guys.
Yeah.
Say what?
Yeah.
So I
so I mean that's the thing. So you're involved with the gymnastic. Yeah,
a little bit. But I'm not really an athletic person. I can just say the truth. So when it comes to high school, I really wanted to be athletic sometimes. So a very good. So another neighbor of ours, he used to be a coach for one of the. That time cricket was really big in Kenya.
Yeah.
Like around the years like 2000, cricket was like you hear of Tikolo, who had all those guys who are really great.
Yeah.
So he came to the village and he tried to introduce cricket. This time I've never heard of. Like the only time I used to read, the good thing was I was really used to read papers because of my dad. My dad like every day will buy a national paper every day. So through papers I will learn a lot. So I knew what cricket was, and then he introduced us to play a little bit of cricket. So I played a bit of that during that transition when you're going to Form 1. So, but when I was doing they call it bowling, when you're going to throw that ball, I twisted my arm. Even up to now, I still have that problem where even there's a day I was just sleeping and then I woke up, I felt my socket is out actually.
What?
So you feel like, then you bring it back.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a condition. Many people know it. Like I think there's a name for it, a medical condition about the bones.
So once it just dislocates, it's a permanent thing. So you have to manage it.
Get out and you turn it back.
Is it painful?
No. Oh no, of course it's painful a little bit, but when it goes back, then it just feels like relieved.
Okay.
It doesn't linger on.
Chief.
so that now connects to my story when I was trying to. So I wanted to play rugby.
I think you have ever had some talk about rugby.
Because I was a bit fast. Like I used to for me, I used to love running. So I was like, even in our class, most times I was maybe top 5. Like I used to be really fast. And so I liked 7-a-side. So I thought like, I can be a winger. But not running, I really like it. So I said, let me go. And they were trying to do trials for Form 1s to go try. So my first day, I make a tackle and the same thing happens. So that was my end. About
like
games.
This is not me.
Yeah, this is not me. So that was my end of doing games. So some people, I tell people I used to play spoon tennis.
What is that?
Just sitting.
Spoon?
Yeah,
spoon tennis.
I used to play spoon tennis.
Just eating.
Yeah, just
and
eating,
relaxing.
And chilling and reading.
And reading.
Eat, read. It was like almost like eat, read, sleep. Read, sleep.
4K club. In Swahili. Kukula, kulala, kulalamika na kurandaranda.
Okay, nice one.
That was something that one of the teachers said when people were not performing in one of the schools. But also there was 4K club for agriculture, if you remember.
Oh yeah. 4K club. Kenya somebody. 4K,
I don't know why it disappeared too, but it was really big because even Karo was part of. If the guys are doing this, they can visit those places and learn more. But I don't know how it faded out to, I don't know where it is right now. So you're in high school. Did you get monolized or?
I know high school was really like discipline was paramount. I know like
no monolization.
Anything like monolization, even just a whiff, you'll get an expulsion.
Because
our principal was really tough. So even basically the years back, it was just about being tough principles. Like discipline was really high. So previously, our history is if some people who went to, you remember people say, I went to Alliance. So guys who went to Alliance, they know someone called Sodi or Mr. Hayamba. So Mr. Hayamba was the previous principal before going to Alliance, and he had instilled that discipline. And when it came in, now we had Mr. Nabukwesi, who is not actually now is ambassador. He was ambassador, so we still, I think, once you're an ambassador, you're referred to as ambassador forever.
Yes.
So Ambassador Nabukwesi was really like, discipline was high. Like you didn't, so everyone felt like you're just safe. You're good. Yeah.
So it was a safe space to really learn.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. And then again, some respect. When I was in Form 1, there's a time I scored 100%.
Everything.
Maths.
Oh, okay.
100% in maths. Maths was my thing.
I will not be surprised.
Maths was my thing. English, no. Even you might tell from this interview. I might give some grammatical stuff here. Yeah. But maths was my stuff. So scored 100. And I know there's a way our principal will hype it until you feel like you're the best
chief
in the world.
himself.
He said like last time someone scored 100 was 1996.
You're like, I am the guy. This is in Form 1.
But then we noticed that every time we used this, like
everyone used to be told like that.
But it was after a very long time also, yeah. So but then after that, people actually broke my record. Like by the next year, someone also got another 100.
Is it in Form 1?
Form 1, Form 1, of course. Yeah, because that time
I'll
it's still
I'll
easy.
be damned if it was like Form 3, Form 4.
Yeah.
Though we had a guy like that in, I think in high school, in Form 3, like he had covered everything. This is a guy like using an example how our government or education system doesn't really maximize on the talent that we have.
Yes.
It might show maybe from chemistry or math, but you see that can translate to many solutions across the spectrum. So this guy used to understand math, like real. He didn't struggle, like could see math. I think he used to dream in numbers or something because for him it was really, really easy. That even in mock, he used to score 100.
Mock,
of course, you see
mock
mock
surely should be harder than.
Yes, mock. I don't know why they do this, but in mock they cannot give you 100. So what they will do, they'll give you 99 or 99.
Like just to make
essentially, has just scored 100.
Yeah.
And you know mock how it was, bro.
Mock was harder. Like normally, if you had like let's say a B plus in mock, you know that you have an A.
This is A, yes. So this dude used to, and chemistry, he was good at it. So do you know what they call him at the university? Industrial chemistry. I don't know that industrial chemistry is bad, but I think that a guy would make something to do with rocket science.
Yeah, he'll be
Yeah,
we really waste our talents.
Yeah, because now this is a guy who really understood math more than chemistry. But because chemistry sometimes is math, he could make.
Yeah, the math in chem is just
the formula.
You can use the calculator and all that.
Yeah.
But at least if you want to go to a math major kind of thing, like you go into electrical engineering, science,
something to do
into physics stuff, like you say, like you go into rocket science. Yeah.
So when I hear someone speak about how they scored in high school, sometimes I feel like we waste our geniuses. Yeah, just to say the least. But I don't know. Maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe I'm speaking from point of ignorance because I don't know why. Because I remember sometimes sharing with the Hoda folks about how the education system before it changed to 844. Before you were invited to join a university, they used to know where they would place you. So it was like, if this guy goes to a university, of course there's a job for him in the government or in the private sector. There was a very clear path. That used to be based on numbers, and the people will go to TVET or these other schools. And even guys who used to do plumbing, carpentry, used to know that if I do this, of course I'll join the workforce in this industry. But right now it's not clear. Most of the guys have graduated, but and now universities are too many. Yeah,
and then the programs, I think we'll get to that part where we'll just talk about like education system and what I think. Because
it's a lot.
Actually, I had some. Even you remember when I was living in Sifu, we'll go to that part of Sifu. We'll talk about it and about the education system.
Yeah. So you are in the university. So your favorite was just math.
So math was my favorite. Of course, there were things that come with math, things like physics. Chem maybe a little bit. Biology was not really my strong forte.
You could not understand why people are studying plants.
English also was not my forte, but I really want to thank my English teacher. He's actually now a professor at KU.
Oh, okay.
So, Professor Chetam.
He's no longer a high school teacher.
Yeah, he did masters. Went to
PhD.
Yeah, the PhD. Now he's a professor.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, and he really encouraged me to gave me a very simple way of trying to improve your English. Just told me try and read a lot. So I would go to the library, just read books, Charles Dickens. Some of them I remember picking Charles Dickens, and I was like confused. Like,
what is happening?
Some pages you read like, what is this? What is this? Like this English?
Yeah.
But that really helped me. So trying to read all the previous past. So before Form 3, you're not starting to do the
set books.
But you start reading them even
before,
just to get other set books.
Did you guys read the set book in Form 1 and Form 2, and then by the time you get into Form 3, everything changed?
Yeah, of course, we were reading actually the older set books.
Yeah.
We'll read which ones. I don't know why they remember the Swahili ones more.
Sikujama.
No, Sikujama, I guess was it ours?
You're the last guest to do Sikujama.
Yes. And then, but we'll do like Amezidi. We'll read Amezidi even though we're not doing it. Shamba la Wanyama, we'll read it, but even though we're not doing it.
Yeah.
So it was just a very nice way of getting to know the language and all that. Yeah, then it's when it clicked, like why I used to see so many of my primary guys who are good in English. They used to have these Hardy Boys. These like just novels that you just wonder like, what is this guy reading?
Big volumes.
So it's not understanding
but just
why
practicing.
Why they were better.
So that's your path.
Yeah.
And then you get from 3, you choose a specific subject.
Those are good questions. So I have a long story, and that thing has followed me up to my life right now. So when I joined, because of luckily we had computer studies. But computer studies was only because everyone wanted to do computer studies. Because now you're coming from villages, you've never seen a computer everyone did. So the only way they will try and save out people is to use what is called in KCP maths. So the good thing is like
you're good.
I met the points. So I was actually admitted. But then when you're just not doing that weekend, you're just trying to know the school. We went to a music room. I was playing the keyboard because I used to play some music even in church, even when I was a kid, like by class 4. So when the music teacher came and saw me playing, he called me and said, "Which subject have you chosen?" I've chosen computer studies. I don't know why many people want to do this computer studies. You know, you'll do these packages after you finish. You'll do packages. So, but what made how he convinced me, he used the Bible. Said, "You remember the parable of the talents? The person who buried his talent. Don't bury your talent. I tell you have a music talent, and
you should be playing keyboard more and more.
Do music. Come and do music." So he convinced me. I went to they used to call them career masters. I went to career master. I told him, I want to move from computer studies to music. He said, that's good. Many people are coming here, they're crying, they want to do computer studies.
So you create an opportunity
good at you.
For others.
And even you're telling me like people should emulate me like this computer studies, you can always do it after. Don't worry. So I was convinced I moved. But now fast forward 1 year down the line, I met some guys who are doing computer studies. Some of them actually were my friends who were in the same high school, primary school. And I see the stuff they're learning, man.
You're fascinated by what they're learning.
I'm missing this. And then I go home. There are some of my neighbors who were in campus that time.
Yeah.
They were doing, one of them was doing telecom engineering. So they were doing engineering stuff, and they had computers at home. That's the first time now I'm using a computer. Remember in school I never did computer studies, so I never accessed the computer. But now at home,
this is during holidays.
So they're called actually the Mukwas. Even there's a blog post I wrote about just thanking the guys who have been instrumental in my life, and I'll maybe give that link. And attach it.
Please, if you have it.
The people have really like helped me like just throughout the way. So these guys were really kind to me. I used to go like there almost every day. Every afternoon too, I'll check in. That time I'll just be learning how to type fast. Type master.
You're fast typer yourself.
So that's actually so when I went to when in campus, people used to wonder like, what are you like, how are you typing without looking at the keyboard? It was like so easy for me. So typing master, and then this guy, one of the guys called Max. Max one day he just showed me a bit of C++. That time I don't know what is this. He said hash include what. So that like right now I can talk about it, but that time I wouldn't know. But everything was just
what is happening.
Everything was just like, wow, this is fun. This is fun. So when I decided that when I was now going to Form 2, I have to change
I have to go back to
computer studies. But I was wondering, how do I convince? So I talked to my dad, man. She come with me. You talk to the teacher. But he didn't at that time. I think he didn't make it because of some commitments. But he wrote a letter. A letter to the
teacher,
principal. To the deputy, so he read that. He said, no, cannot happen.
This cannot happen.
You just wait. If you don't like music, don't worry. You drop it in term 2. Don't worry, just wait. Hey, I said,
and why do you think the reason why they discourage people? Did they not have enough teachers, or?
Of course, even actually,
Even right now,
it
yeah.
makes sense. Like, how will you have missed a whole Form 1?
Yeah.
You've never learned Form 1.
Yeah.
I never did Form 1 computer studies.
Yeah.
I want to start computer studies in Form 2.
Yeah. Where would you start?
So even they had a right to say no. But you know what?
Yeah.
I had to cry in that
room.
Yeah.
You want to be given a chance to show how serious you are.
I cried. I don't know, but it's not like even crying of like of pretense. I think it was. I just felt like
you felt like I'm denied.
This is where I want to go.
Yeah.
You know what he decided? Said, I'm giving you a chance, but should you fail, you will see me.
And when the deputy, most of the deputy masters are discipline masters too. So
the deputy says that it's called Mr. Namachanja. So I also want to thank him a lot.
Yeah, because for giving you that opportunity.
He wrote a letter to the
computer studies.
Mr. Batoya. Okay, admitted me.
And I like how you're remembering all your teachers.
Yeah. So I really were. So those guys were really instrumental. And then now when I'm in there, man, that computer was my thing. Like I dreamt, slept, everything. Like I felt like I wish I was just doing this. I was doing anything
forget
else.
everything else. Yeah.
So like writing notes, everything. So I wanted a know-it-all person. So I'll start with Pascal. I was lucky actually you did a bit of Pascal.
At the stage of high school?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Did Pascal in high school. It was awesome. Like now you start getting to understand programming, and then we did Visual Basic, which was the common one now. Even in my Form 3, I did a Science Congress project. Assisting for managing matatus.
Did it work?
Like you can, in theory, like that time you don't know about products. Like
so there's nothing to show.
No, it works. Like you enter, but that's the thing. You couldn't give anyone.
You're not
in theory. Like you have a computer here. Then you say like the fares. Like I don't know. But really, and then one thing also happened to me when one time I was in the computer studies lab, and most times computer studies guys used to like playing the games. So Mortal Kombat. Our time we used to have Mortal Kombat MK4. That was now I think it's X1 or XI or that time it's 4. Now people know how old I am. Yeah. So we did Mortal Kombat 4 Need for Speed. So one day I was playing the Need for Speed. Like I don't know who introduced me to these games. Then I just see someone grabbing my ear. Like the teacher now found me playing. Like, what are you doing? So he really discouraged me from playing
games. And
I don't know what happened from that time.
You didn't like games?
Even until now. I don't play any computer games somehow. I don't get them. I don't get the only game of course I play is chess. But the rest of the games, like just driving cars, fighting. If that's your thing, good for you, but for me, no. But really, it's somehow all these things looks like when I look back, they were just setting me up for success because it means with what I have noticed with programming and all these things, they require time.
Yeah.
So if much of your time or a bit of your time is taken by games, even if you're kicking back, it's good to kick back. But actually, I think for a programmer, the best way to kick back, do an outdoor. Because you're already sitting the whole day.
Yes.
But if you're saying you're kicking back by playing and then again you're again sitting.
Yeah.
I don't think I do. But let Mjengo kick back by playing.
Yeah.
Now they've been doing that now they can kick back.
I wish that was the life in Kenya for everyone.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I'm a Mjengo guy kicking back by playing computer games. That would be amazing. Yeah. Not betting because I see a lot of people betting.
Yeah, betting is another Anyway, so all this so now by Form 2, I already know that I want to do computer science. Already like in campus, so for me I was lucky. I said come rain, come sunshine, whatever marks I'll get, I'll go to the university that takes computer science. Even if it's each university had their cut points, some of them were lower. So I will say that even if it's Must, the one that is just my village,
Must then was a university.
Yeah, Must was there. So even I said even if it's Must or Maseno,
you don't want.
I'll go.
Yeah. As long as I'm doing computer science.
So even when I was doing my KCC, I was so relaxed. Like I don't care what marks I get.
Yeah.
so long as whatever place, I know computer science will be picked somewhere because I looked at those cut points. I noticed some of them were like D+ for some places. This one I'll make it. So luckily I got an A and I came to computer science in
you guys, do you hear people who are relaxed what they get in high school? They get an A, yeah? In a relaxed manner. I don't mind what I'll get, as long as I do computer science. And then they get an A, Yeah. And then you join University of Nairobi.
University of Nairobi, that was like another awesome. Like, when you're coming from the village, actually that's it. So just backtrack a little bit. All this time I've not been to Nairobi most of the times, but I came to Nairobi once for an exchange program. The school, we used to have an exchange program with Alliance. So we used to go to Alliance once in a year.
How many days did you spend there?
It used to be like maybe a whole weekend because there were exchange program for guys. So the guys who like had this like a top 10, whatever, they'll be picked, and then the games guys who were coming basketball and hockey. They'll come for. There used to be a tournament. I think memorial tournament or some tournament in. Sometimes it will be in Lenana. Sometimes I don't know where it was, but now I can know those places. But that time when you're coming to Nairobi, you just say, "Oh, we're going to Lenana," so you go like this. It's like you find yourself, you're in this now the CPD, this is the parliament. Wait, this is the parliament to go. So that time I don't know actually Nairobi. So the very first time I am coming properly in Nairobi is actually in campus.
Yeah, because even when you're going to Alliance and you're coming from Western, you don't get to Nairobi.
Yeah.
Even Alliance itself is not in Nairobi.
Yes.
It's in
and you say you're going to Nairobi. Yes.
Yeah.
And even that time you can't tell that you've detoured. So you don't know all these things. You just find yourself going in the bus. You just find yourself in Lenana. You find yourself in
Alliance.
But luckily we came to this Uhuru Park and then we went to walk to the.
Yeah. Have you ever done an exchange program with Patch? Nairobi School?
No, Patch, you never did. No, just
Starry Boys.
You know why it just none of those. Why it was Alliance, because remember now the former principal is the principal this time.
So there was that connection.
Yeah, that was connection.
Let these guys come and see.
Yeah. And also we used to go head to head with the Alliance in hockey.
Yeah.
Like it was either us winning or them winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a time we were 7 years down, like 7 years straight.
Back to back.
Champions. Yeah, champions.
Wow. Oh, nice.
National champions. I wasn't in the team, but
that's something.
Yeah.
And I understand also, before we go to the university part of things, Western actually, during music festivals, you guys are like, that's a preserve of the Western school. It's Kakamega High. I don't know if Friends was part of that.
Music were good, but music were pretty good, but the things that I think we did a lot better was the drama. Drama, I think, went up to national.
The plays. And the choreographers.
Actually, especially the narratives now.
Soul of Us.
But mostly narratives. Those are like where people do narrate. It was like, but thanks again to Professor Chetambe. He was the one who was.
He's the guy.
Yeah, the guy. And also Cleo Malala. Yes,
Cleo. He was a teacher there.
When you're getting that, Cleo was finishing his fourth year, or was he? He did his Form 4 from another school though, but he was in French school.
So this guy is also smart. He's young and smart. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so you go to the university. How was that first year experience? Because in the university, you find the cream de la cream. You thought you were smart in high school. Now you find guys who are like, my man. They're not always in class, but when they come for the exams, it's a done deal.
So for me, the good thing when I came, my mindset was so different. Because it's like I had these epiphany moments where like already I knew places where I could do things like I could do. Because one is because I had some mentors, guys already ahead of me. So they would tell me about some things like what to expect. So when I was coming, I had some goals. Like some of the things that I wanted to do was first the thing is because of my background, I'm not coming from a very well-off family, but we're not very poor. But like in our village,
you're okay.
You'll be actually okay. But then in another context, you'll be like not okay. But we are good. We are good. But But when I was coming, I wanted to sustain myself in campus. I didn't want to like ever ask money home.
For pocket money. And,
Yeah. So, but the good thing ended up actually, what ended up happening was I was the one now sending money home.
back.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. So like all my campus life, never. The only money that I got was when I was coming in. Actually, people, a few guys, So my parents first gave me money, and then a few friends, like one of the doctors from our local hospital called Dr. Kisaka, he gave me like, I think it was like 5K. That was really a good like amount. Then in university that time you just need some money to start off, and then the help.
Yeah.
And then everything
You're
goes.
good.
Yeah, everything is good. Yeah. So why I'm mentioning Dr. Kisaka is because also he's the one who gave me the first gig. I was ever paid gig.
Nice.
I did a website for them just after high school.
That's just in first year.
After high school. Just
before
I joined
you
campus. So this now is like this is now like you can tell what's happening, what's setting me up now for my like stuff that I'm doing. So just after high school, my local, after learning a bit of Dreamweaver,
You
I feel
did
like I
using Dreamweaver.
Yeah. I said I can do this website thing.
Yeah.
So I went and actually managed to do a website for them. So we became good friends. Because also in the local at home, I used to have a shop, a computer shop, just in the village for printing like photocopy, printing.
Yeah.
But then at night, I spend that time learning programming.
Chief, you're committed.
Yeah.
Even before you joined university.
Yeah, I was reading like I remember that JDK was 1.2.5 or something like that. That's like, and now I think we're in JDK maybe 8 plus.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't do Java these days.
And I know when you graduated from high school, you guys used to wait for 2 years.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of time to like learn
right.
a couple of stuff.
Yes. So my whole of 207.
Yeah.
But then during that post-election and all that, all of the 207 and the 208 half just doing this programming stuff, building websites.
Yeah. But they do know we could have joined the campus at the same time. There's something that happened in high school and I lost 1 year.
And then you're like maybe someone should tell this story because you're this person. I remember when you came to my graduation, you told guys, Nanda, we just met. I don't know how you explain. Like we just so because you like the way we met. I don't know how we like. It was more like wait. It's like I know you.
No. This is what happened. Yeah. So Nanda is in first year. You're on first year, right? I think so. When we met you in first year, in prefabs, because you're in prefabs.
In prefabs.
That's
I was in second. I did join. You didn't join yet.
I hadn't joined. I'd come to you in first year.
You just come to see like stuff.
I came to research. So
research.
This is a difference. And I think guys should be challenged to do this because for me, I took control of my life after primary school. Yes. And I see you took control after high school. So I promised myself now I'm an adult and whatever happens, I take full responsibility. So even after finishing high school, I didn't just want to join university. And also I was from the village. But I knew my only way out from the village is university.
Yes.
So when I finished, while we were waiting to join, I got a gig somewhere. I'll tell that story.
Okay.
So when I got my Casalo around 4K, I said, this Casalo, I'm not touching it. I'm going to Nairobi. Now remember you have 4K. Yeah, so 4K. Already 1K is almost gone, right? I knew a guy who we had graduated in high school together. He used to live in Car West. So I went to KU. KU was too, my friend.
Just doing your research.
The only thing I saw there that I could come out with is a good wife. So I was discouraged. And again, I went to their software engineering school. I wasn't that encouraged to join in. I went to JKUAT. JKUAT was not yet there in terms of even infrastructure. The vibe wasn't there. Then I go to Chiromo. I'm sold out, bro. I'm sold out. And even then, I was not differentiating, like, is it IT? Because also the School of Computing used to offer diploma in ICT. And me, I wanted degree, right? So I met Mr.
A good thing, actually, sorry for cutting short, but one thing I can give props for the school was they decided to go hard, like, and not give IT degrees. Like either you do computer science or computer science.
Yeah. So I met with Mr. Rabala when I'm doing my research. So he actually spent like a whole 1 hour or something trying to tell me I should not even consider IT. Because I explained what I want to do. They were like, go for computer science. I was so down. So I loved that. So it happens that there's another guy, we got scholarship together, the same organization. So he was around. I call him and like, I can see me. And then I go there and I tell him, you know what? I want to do computer science. He tells me, no. There's this guy, we are in the same room in prefabs. He is doing computer science.
That was the reason.
But this guy is never available. He was always available for like 1 or 2. I see him 1 or 2 hours.
Yeah,
at this particular time.
That's time I was doing gigs. Yeah.
But please, if you can go and come at that time, I can introduce you to him. And then I come and I meet you. And then we happen, because in KU there is another dude also, we got scholarship together. And the roommate used to love ill songs. That kind of vibe. So I was curious and like, this song sounds really good. It sounds like secular, but it's really like the worship. And then I come and I meet you listening to some of those ill songs. So we start the conversation there and we create the rapport. And I tell you, I'm joining the school. You're like, come on now. This is it. So when it gets to September, I join, and then the first few guys I knew, it's you, and then I get to know more people.
Now it makes sense, because I remember when you're coming, it's like, I know you. Then you came with banter. We're talking. You met. I think you with banter. You have like friends since the
no.
one.
Banter we met during registrations. So his dad meets my guardian, and then they chatted like, there's this young man brought also to like check in the school to join and then we connect. Like, you guys can even be living together. You can be, and then we're like, okay. So, why not? Actually, it saves a lot because for me, I'd already made my mind. I'm not staying in school. I'll just rent out there. Start struggling from zero.
I know you don't welcome me to the life. We'll talk about it.
So that's the story. But when I get maybe to tell my story, if that part comes up, I'll tell it will come. So I try to tell small pieces here and there with my guests, because most of the guests I have here, some of them are people I've known for some time, and also in tech ecosystem. Given that I've been there for some time, it's something that I like to like connect the pieces.
Yeah.
And then I realized these guys out there doing gigs. I'm like, so this is possible. And yeah. Already you are doing gigs in first year.
So like again, like all these things, like just I'm in a computer science the lab, master's lab. Just chilling there. Then there's this guy who is doing his master's.
Yeah,
it's called Zablon Ochomo. And then he tells me he was looking for. He wanted to convert. That time, you can tell that time was a bit back. We didn't have Microsoft Word didn't have a way of converting to PDF. You had to have another PDF converter app or something. Yes. So he didn't know about the app. I told him, but there's a PDF converter app. Showed him. Also from there we clicked, and I told him, I used to work with my cards, business card. I used to have like I was calling myself a computer specialist. I wasn't programmer, it's computer / programmer. But I have those photos I can send you, like
nice.
That business card.
Did you design them yourself?
Yeah. Because I was doing of course, Dreamweaver.
You're so a good designer.
A little bit.
That's what people don't know. You're so a good designer. You like drawing it. I've seen you do most of these things on the side, but we'll get there where even we get to see you doing stuff. Yeah.
So we click with this guy, and it turns out he's actually a co-founder of a company called WebTribe, which is the parent company for JumboPay. Guys don't know JumboPay.
Yes.
So, and he tells me, I tell him, but I do websites also. When I've done this. Nowadays, I have the Lugulu Hospital.org. I can show him. You've done this one. Yeah. So next time...
That's your portfolio.
Anything, we'll let you know. Yeah, and one day I met him again just in town. I said, where did you disappear to? Because we've been having actually some projects. So come to the office.
So let me ask you, Nanda. So it's always been your culture not to be found. because finding you, Nanda, is I don't know. Maybe you need an assistant or something, because tracing you sounds like
no. But something funny is. If you knew how I operate, actually, there are only 3 places you get me in campus. 3 places. I'll be there in school, which was very scanty. That after Form 1, I think I lost like interest in the academic stuff a lot. I went much into the business side. So of our hustling, not a business hustling. Now that we're in the UDA economy, so I became a hustler most of the times, and then. So I will either be in, so it are 3 places. I will be in WebTribe, which is 12th floor on Anniversary Towers.
Yeah.
Not Anniversary, but the other way. I forgot the name of the
something
tower.
Plaza.
I'll be at WebTribe, or I'll be at the CU.
That is in the main campus.
At the main campus there at the Taifa Hall. Or I'll be in Chirop, or I'll be in my room. Which is
but rarely were you in your room. You used to get there at around midnight and leave very early in the morning.
In my room. But so I was just, most of my business was doing the programming stuff and this website stuff, and then also serving in the CU.
Yeah.
So that used to take a lot of my time, because in CU there would be some programs maybe at Tuesday there would be some prayers, Thursday there would be practice, Friday there would be. But that's why you never see me in the room. Yeah. So.
Where do you place yourself about your body, mind, and spirit?
Body, mind, and spirit. What does it mean?
So that's what defines any human being. So if those 3 things don't balance, sometimes it's really hard to feel complete. To find your purpose, and other many things that can relate from that. So your body has to be right, healthy. Your mind has to be nourished now and then. And your spirit has to be intact.
Yeah, so for me, I think the spirit comes first. Yeah, because I think my Christianity, I think for me is actually in light of all this, I guess my relationship with Christ or my Christianity is what really has helped me shape my worldview and how I view things. Because that one makes me to relax on most of the things. If those who are not, because I'm sure the podcast has a different demography, but in there's this thing we say that our steps are ordered by Christ. Like He knows everything that will happen. I'm sure even Islam has that thing, like Allah knows everything that will happen to you. But God knows everything, like He has planned your life. That's what I believe.
Up to the end.
Up to the very end. So with that one in mind, you don't have to really worry a lot. But of course, once in a while you do worry, then you realize, why am I worrying about this?
And this is all set up.
Yeah. Sometimes you actually get to worry, and I'll even talk about it when we went to 2015 with when I'm leaving you guys.
Please be open, because me, this story I tell into bits. Into bits. But now you are here. We need to tell people what's up.
So I feel like the spirit, for me, is what really is the central piece. Yeah, and then I think everything else follows, because without, if you're troubled in the spirit, of course your mind will also be troubled.
Yeah.
But if you're quiet in your spirit, most likely your mind will be quiet.
And
then your body, I guess, just also follow. I guess the body is more of like it looks like the body is more of like this these wagons you pull. It's just like a follower.
So if the engine is not right, most of the time the wagon is not also right. Doesn't matter how good it looks.
How good it looks. But sometimes I guess even the body might confuse with being built. But even that's what they say. Sometimes even most people are sick, not because of anything specific, but just because they're troubled. They're maybe having stress.
So they say the body is of this world, and sometimes it will always pull you to belong, because you see the body is at home, but the mind and the spirit, mostly the spirit, doesn't belong in this world.
And there's even the verse that says that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak.
Yes.
Yeah.
So how do you manage to ensure that? Because I know it doesn't matter who, it might be even the most spiritual guy, but body will always sometime find its way. So how do you make sure that as much as that happens, or how do you make sure that it doesn't happen?
Yeah, it's a struggle. Like I think, that's a lifelong like battle. Yeah, it's a lifelong battle that you just have to keep pressing on. You just have to keep pressing on, and then that these things we call spiritual disciplines. So that the ones really, when you lack them, you lack to do those spiritual disciplines, like even fasting, like praying, reading the word. It's now easier for the body now to take over. Yes.
So how often do you fast?
Well, I'm not really that super religious. Like I have like a routine, but once in a while, like there's a time I used to at least once a week.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back to the once a week.
Yeah. Like a whole day, you're like taking water and.
No. I used to just do like lunchtime.
Lunchtime.
I take my breakfast. Just do lunchtime. I do lunchtime because it's easier to, when people are going for lunch, you can excuse yourself. You go somewhere.
Yeah.
And pray and then come back for after lunch, just like everyone else.
So fasting without prayers is just you're skipping a meal.
Yeah, you're skipping a meal. You're just keeping fit keto. You're doing like keto or whatever diet it is. Yeah. So, but maybe at least meditate. Go pray.
That's what I wanted to ask. Do you meditate?
I don't. I'm not really into the way the meditation in a way that the sense of that word in our contemporary sense, like meditation. I don't do that one.
What is it? What is that?
The meditation that I know contemporary is like it is actually has its roots from Eastern religions about like. But I want to go into those. But so I don't do like that one of trying to like free up your mind. No, I don't do that. So maybe I just pray. But you know, praying also is even the Bible says meditation. Or if you're reading the Word of God, you'll at least meditate upon it. Like, what does it mean? Yeah. But I don't do that in that sense of that routine of meditation in its contemporary sense. No.
So this is what we used to do in high school. I went to a seminary. Part of my asking, we used to have one day in a month on a Saturday, and you can imagine how hard this is because Saturday is where you go play. But the last Saturday of the month, we used to do what we call the recollection, but it was basically meditation. So no reading. Just there are a couple of sessions. We used to go to the chapel 5 times a day, every day. So even that recollection day, we'll do that. And we'll have a speaker at the end of it, or a guest priest or something like that. So what we used to do that day is just listen. Not chill, listen. You better go and sleep rather than be found reading a book or talking to each other. And now you have access.
Not talking?
No talking. So those who are highly punishable if you're found doing that. So and I appreciate that process.
Yeah, I can appreciate it. When during that time you cannot see it, but now over time you can see this is actually a tool of
because sometimes we never hear what God is saying until we listen. Rarely do we listen. We're always in the midst of doing this or that. So when I hear people talk about meditation, I always remember recollection, which was basically the purest form of meditation.
I like that.
Because at least one day in a month, it doesn't matter what you're going through, you'll be able to recollect. Sometimes we punish ourselves for things that we did as humans. And we're just humans, you know. So once you recollect, you can be able to say, you know, I was wrong or I was right, or, you know, kudos to myself for doing this for the whole month.
Yes.
And that will give you even the energy to like now face the new month better.
Yes.
So, if you're listening, I encourage you to meditate, also to fast.
I like that one. Maybe I should actually apply it like this. Even once a month, I think so. So just, because this world actually is so busy. Everything is calling for attention. You haven't even talked about social media.
Yes.
Everything like, everything's calling for your attention. And just quieting yourself and trying to put everything in perspective. Because most times actually we usually lack the perspective. And actually even I'll talk about the 2015. The C14. I don't know whether you want us to go there. Because is there anything specific across? So let me say my campus life that time. For me, I think I enjoyed campus. It was awesome.
It's a good experience.
Then you create very good bonds. Especially most of my bonds were within the Christian Union fraternity. Yeah, that's where. So sometimes there's this joke we used to say that we are full-time servants of God and part-time students.
Hey, you guys were committed.
Because you find that like most of us things we were in this Christian Union. Just doing stuff. I was in charge of ICT. Used to do ICT stuff.
You built them a very nice website.
Yeah. Of course, like you just know, like for me, when I just like the ways they say when all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail. Everything looks like a nail. Every problem is a nail. So for me, every time I met someone, I think you can have a website.
Why don't you have your
why are
brand
you
out
using
there?
at Gmail? You should have mcake.something. So that's used to be my line. Like everyone I met who is doing something, I'll be like, I can make for your website. Or even if you don't have a website, let's actually buy a domain and link this domain to your Gmail. And all that. So that's what used to be my thing. Like I just used to be love. So everywhere I went, you can tell. If they don't have a website, I'll do it for them. So that's I did.
Nice.
Yeah,
So you also played
the
bass guitar, right? In CU. So is this your music thing calling you back in CU?
Yeah. So it has been even up to now still that I told you that tension of music and computer studies because
it's always there.
Because both of them they are even when in Fort Lab I used to come with my bass guitar. I'm going for band practice. So in campus, of course, I play with the Christian Union. That's actually the first time I picked up the bass. But in most of my time, I was playing the keyboard.
Are you good at it?
So I can say I'm better on the bass than the keys. Yeah, but the keys, I get to have, maybe if I wanted to try out something, I'll try out with the keyboard because the keyboard is easier to follow. Then I can do them on the bass.
So if you have like the keys, you can be able to play them.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So
the reason why I'm asking this is because some time back, and this should not be a cliche. I think Steve Jobs said that he happens to hire artists who happen to write code. So there is always a correlation between music and science, specifically programming.
And that's or maybe you can say even arts in general, maybe. Or you're
basically music.
Music, okay.
Music, because even the Mac that we use, it's maybe people don't know, but it is designed for designers and musicians.
That's true.
That's the first period.
Every producer will go like if they're not using a Mac there.
You get what I'm saying? And also greatest of the programmers, they happen to do something in music, including Steve Jobs himself. And the other designer, I can't remember his name right now. Is it Steve Ive?
Oh, Johnny Ive.
Johnny Ive, yes, Johnny Ive.
Okay.
So you always find things that correct. I think someone who really understands music has a way, because music requires a lot of focus. That's what people don't do.
Yeah, it does.
People see people perform and it's really smooth and easy, but the practice hours that people put into place is amazing. The creativity in music, also in computing. I tell people anyone can write code, but very few people can solve problems. Very few people, and those are the good engineers.
Yeah, problem solving is it's the higher part. I
Now,
think code is just the implementation. Chief. Yes.
You get into second year, where now you need to do a project. What did you build?
So interesting. So all my time. So the good thing is like, I was lucky. I can't myself lucky.
All smart people think they are lucky. All the smart people who have sat there, they always say they are lucky.
Because most times they say like, when I do a project, I want to make this project into a product. Like I can make it a startup. That time I already thinking in terms of like making. Though I didn't know that term even startup. I haven't even heard of the lean startup or that kind of thing. But I was saying like this thing can turn into a product. So I decided to do a project called Get Kazi. Yeah.
Still is there.
Get Kazi.
Okay. Now it's Kazi Plus.
Yes. That's how it turned to Kazi Plus now. So Get Kazi, I do Get Kazi to help like it's just a job board basically. So it was my project.
Yeah.
So it was like that time the main job board in Kenya was Brighter Monday. Yeah, so it was like sort of a Brighter Monday kind of thing clone. So I did that, but I wanted it to be like a product. So I didn't get to actualize it, but I packed it. So I packed it. And then fast forward in 2014, thereabout, I started building the Kazi Plus platform now.
Okay. And you hasted.
Yes, I tried. At first, we managed to launch it in 2015. Yeah. I think I launched on the 1st of May. Then we went live.
Yeah. So, which were your like favorite units during that period before you went to like third year?
For me, anything that was hardcore computer science, I love like anything that was veering me off, like things that I don't talking about, like which ones?
Communication skills.
Of course, those are just leave those HIV and AIDS. Like,
HIV and
but
AIDS.
Even other than that,
Do they still teach that?
Yeah, because it's like a statutory requirement, sort of.
People should not die of HIV and AIDS.
Yeah, because it's funny. Yeah, but so of course, I used to like most of the stuff. Of course, like, I think like data structure and algorithm was also good for me. Operating systems.
Assembly.
Assembly. We did C also. I really liked C that time. But most of these things I was just doing them as because it's hard to take one thing out of another.
Yeah.
Like they all make that puzzle. They all make that
the puzzle complete.
Yeah. So every course that I did, I tried to do it like at least the best of my knowledge. But I felt shortchanged in terms of course, delivery, and it's a problem I think that we're trying to solve locally, where our schools, that time I was really hardcore in terms of, I was thinking that the schools weren't doing enough, but over time I've come to understand from their side, out of the academia, like you can tell, you can imagine you telling a professor to go start now learning Python so that they can teach you. Yeah. So these days I tell students, the school is just there to tell you what is there to know.
It teaches you how to learn.
Yes. At the end of the day, it should be teaching you how to learn.
Yes.
But don't expect your professor to come and teach you Python, come and teach you APIs, how to use
JavaScript.
Yeah. But just know that there's something called compiler construction, something called maybe if it's the construction algorithms, operating systems, internals, and all that.
Yeah.
At least know that, and then now go and do your own depth research and learn and that. But so the only problem that we have now with the system is that it does not reward those who go the extra mile.
I see.
It punishes actually.
Yeah.
It just severely punishes. Yeah. But it rewards those who can go and read those slides and cram and go fill in. They'll be like the ones getting first classes.
Yes.
So it rewards more of that. So that's that's the only problem. Yeah. I wish there was a way of rewarding guys who are actually doing the actual and reading, like getting to know the internals and everything and implementing the practical aspect of it. Yeah. So when right now I'm back actually to the school, and we're actually talking with a lot of the professors there. We are. And even the curriculum now is really changed. I don't know if you know the new curriculum. I should send you the link
for the computer science.
Computer science. They've really improved.
Please share.
Because they've added. Actually, Kimathi, you need to help the school because they've added these sections where they call them boot camps. It's a new item where you can just a boot camp. It's free. The one boot camp is called Emerging Technologies. So they wanted to partner with industry, so someone like AT can come and teach them any emerging technologies.
Anytime, bro. Yani, we are ready. We were born ready.
Yeah. I'll do that connection.
Yeah, for sure. I actually had contacted Muturi last year. I wanted to do a couple of even make it like a process. But this is what I want to say, because especially for schools in Nairobi,
yes,
people are too comfortable, to be honest. Because
you know more about the school right now than myself. So go ahead, yeah.
Because most of these events that happen around Nairobi through the community, they share a lot of what is happening right now, and we try to go even like predict in a couple of years how should you prepare yourself to fit into the industry. Because you see, technology is not, unlike engineering, construction, and all these. it moves very fast.
Very fast.
That you by the time you join first year and by the time you are graduating, what was really needed in first year is no longer there. Like I remember when we were graduating, it was C++, C#. Right now it's JavaScript, right?
Yes.
Just to give an example. But the core is the same. What you're taught there is the same. Data structure, algorithm is the same. Game theory is the same. That helps you to solve problems. But now the technology that you used to implement that keeps changing because at the end of the day, people are finding newer and easier ways of doing things. Like in the next 10 years, the biggest industry that people should focus on is machine learning and AI.
Yeah.
No doubt, because it's no longer time that we say the future oil is data. No. Right now, as you speak, data is the oil, the new oil. Any company that is crunching data and making information out of it and eventually knowledge, we're in the knowledge society. I think you remember that from Dr. Nganga. I don't know if she's a professor now, but she taught automata.
Yes.
And that helps you to understand even the core basics of knowledge societies, how they operate, knowledge engineering, and whatnot. So I would say also, as much as we might try to reach out there, because also going to schools sometime, I would say it's an inconvenience because of how the school structures are.
Yeah.
But if they also try to plug into and I've seen a couple of those students in the
But how many come to the AT?
Very few.
AT boot camp?
I'll say very few.
You guys, I like the thing that you do. What is it called?
Open hackathon?
Man, I was just feeling like if you were to reverse all the campus, I would be like in all three of those.
No, even right now you can come. Actually, every engineer I meet, because when I come to Microsoft, like I know like maybe three quarter. Because even in Andela, most of the Andela guys went to Microsoft. Is that I encourage them as much as I know the work is demanding. Find some time. Even I think if you guys negotiate with the Microsoft itself, these are things they know actually count into even creating the pipeline, right?
The whole ecosystem.
So you could find time, you could find slot to share some of this knowledge, because at the end of the day, you see AT is doing as much as it can, and you see maybe to some extent, if we all come and contribute in one or the other, then there is no doubt we could be the leaders of in tech, and there is nothing stops us. Because one thing I'm for sure, after interacting with different guys across the country, is that the smart guys are equally distributed. God is a fair God. But now they don't get that platform.
They just say that even when it was in Andera, the mantra at that time was that talent is evenly distributed.
Yes.
But opportunities the only one that it's not.
They are limited, yeah. So, and I'm sure if we offer the platform, even these guys can create opportunities. So that's what we ride on. And for us as Africa Stalking, we normally have Open Hackathon, the last Thursday of the month.
That was ingenious. That's awesome, yeah.
And do you know what? There is always Open Hackathon the last Thursday of the month, unless there's nuclear war or there's an apocalypse. That's how committed we are. We're also trying to do...
So last Thursday.
Yeah.
I always get the emails.
Last Thursday of the month. So you can always find an opportunity, and then you can be able to contribute in one way or the other, or come even sit with the engineers, see what they're building. Guys are building amazing stuff. People always have new ideas that could throw you off balance, because what was our solutions then is no longer there.
Yeah.
Guys right now are starting to code maybe at high school level or primary school level.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yes. So you go there and say, you have 10 years of coding experience. What was that? They have 12, right? And then maybe second year. So
that's true, yeah.
Things are changing, but if we connect the hold and the need, we'll be able to make it. And of course, for us, we're committed. It will be about time. Because like this week, we are going to Chuka University. Well, whoever will be listening to this will be asking which week.
Which week, yeah.
In week, the second week of February. So, and also a couple of, we'll be doing JKUAT, I think next week. And Mombasa, that is TUM.
TUM, yeah. Nice.
And we're inviting Swahili Box, Swahili Port, the Zither Hub. I can't remember its name right now. But everyone is invited.
There's a third hub now in
Yes. Mombasa is growing, actually. and industry, and we'll be visiting county to see what we can help them build. We also want to start capacity building across the counties. I hope the counties will be able to support that process and involve all the community. For us, the good thing is that we are partnering with all the dev communities to ensure that, because we're committed in empowering developers across Africa. Very soon, we'll be launching in West Africa. We'll be doing that outreach, but already the communities are there. So this is something we are committed long term. But of course,
but you know, one thing that I really respect at you guys, what you do, is I can almost even bet my money on it. That you get very little from what you give. What you get back, you guys give a lot. Like
you have open heart.
Yeah, you guys give like, it's true. Like almost, I don't want to say this, and then maybe you're one of the investors listening, but you're almost like a socialist. But for me, that's also resonates with me, because I don't really believe in like hardcore capitalism. I think we need to empower other people.
They say by giving you receive. You can never receive with clenched fists ever. And you know what clenched fist can do better? Fight. Nothing else. But an open fist can do a lot of things. It can receive, it can greet, it can pray. There's a lot that you can do. But anyway, that's a bit deep. So people have to process that. But now, Chief, this is where I met you in second year. And you had this resource of so many books that you shared. How did you get all that?
That's a good question. Man, I remember. Wow.
Hey, you shared, I don't know how many GBs.
I don't know why I didn't like give my shout out to, like when I was writing my, I think I did write to him, but there's this guy who was at Google, called Andrew Washira. But I know he's deceased now, to be with the Lord, So Andrew Washira was like one of the engineers at Google, one of the very first engineers.
In Kenya or Mountain?
From Kenya, but he was working mostly off Dublin. The SRE.
Dublin office.
I was in SRE stuff. So then he came back, he did his masters. And
at the school?
So coming back is just, I'm talking of like coming back from Dublin, it's like 2018 thereabout.
Okay.
Then he joins Andela. Then within a year, he's passed on.
What happened?
Cancer. He had throat cancer and.
Throat cancer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey.
So that was really sad, but he was the guy actually who was hooking us up with so many good stuff. Like there's this, like, he had a bunch of books, like
a repository.
And he just sort of bootlegging, which is like, but like for me, I've grown up on bootlegging.
Yes.
Like that time we couldn't afford. Yes, we were making some money, but it wasn't that much. We couldn't buy like a whole 2,000.
And some of these books are quite expensive.
But sometimes when I later on became an author, I started feeling like, hey man, we shouldn't bootleg.
Started having selfish interests with bootlegging.
But most of the guys, even if you're an author out there, just know the truth is most of your books, we bootleg them.
And it's okay. Because at the end of the day, the reason why you write a book, and I'm not saying someone should write a book and sleep hungry, is you want people to read it. And the best books are the ones that are most bootlegged.
Yes. Like when it's almost like the way Bang and all that, and it's illegal, when it's spread. It's all a lot. Anyway, so what really happened was, even the guys who tell me like I mentored them. What mentoring? If you guys ever hear that, my mentoring was not even at sitting with people, like giving them even deep advice. All of what I used to do, give them this bunch of books that most of the times I haven't read myself. Most of the times, not even most of the times, all the time I haven't read all those books, or even maybe even 10%. But I used just to give all of them. And I remember.
So in other words, you're telling people read politely, in a polite language of saying, please read.
No, it was just even it wasn't in a polite language. It was more of I just wanted to share knowledge. Like some of the things that I wanted to do, but I couldn't get time to do. I wanted some other person to do it. Like I remember even Banter. Ruby, I never done Ruby. And I remember telling Banter, I think Ruby is a great language. From what I've seen, I think it's a good one. But Mr. Ifanya, but I gave him some books.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he started like Ruby, and now he's like the top Ruby guy.
Yeah, he's CTO of Film Plus. They're really doing well.
And you guys doing Nairobi also together. So for me, I just feel like if I get something, if you say you are into this, I tell you, I've seen a nice book that you will benefit from. So that's how I used to do my mentorship. And even up to now, I think, and maybe we should talk a little bit about mentorship. I think most people should not expect like a mentor should be the one like looking for you. You should be the one looking for the mentor, and then to make our mentors work easier, it's you maybe even to come with questions. Like you've already read stuff and say, hey man, I'm reading this part, but I'm not understanding.
Yeah.
But where you're coming to a mentorship session, you're just like blank, or you're trying still to, it's not really.
It's so nice.
So it'd be good like for guys, like if there are students listening to this, they should like be the ones looking for mentors, and then things like the AT hackathons. Like actually, that's the only part. Okay, most of my connection I made them through hackathons in Nairobi. That time we're doing Garage 48.
Yes.
That weekend. So they should come to those events, make connections, get mentors, get even also mentor others, share material. That's how you grow the community. Yeah.
Now, before you go to Garage 48, what's your take between mentorship and apprenticeship?
Apprenticeship is harder. It is very hard to implement, but it's the best. It's almost like, when you have you have a school, and you say, I would love a school where you have a 1-to-1 ratio for students to teachers. It's almost impossible. But there may be those schools that I had like the school of Jeff Bezos was doing some school, like it's really where a student is really like, even they have a cap.
Yeah.
Class, the school has only 40 students. I don't know the numbers. It has a cap, a particular number of students.
Yeah.
And the learners are just like, everyone is given almost like, I tailor my material according to how you're working. Yeah. So apprenticeship is the best because you're working with this like person who is experienced beside, and you're actually just
you're
watching.
Seeing what is
yeah. But also apprenticeship, it's almost, I can almost say it's 10x like even mentorship, because apprenticeship, it's in some other subtle ways, it removes the barriers. Sometimes you look at someone, you look at him as a glorious person. Like, let me say, for example, a person that someone that is undisputed, who's still living right now. Someone like Linus Torvald, right? The guy of Linux.
Yes.
Even me, I look at him in awe. I've never met him. But let's say if you were to work with him side by side, most of that thing now you start fading away. You just like say, oh, he's just someone like me.
Guy. Yeah.
Wait, even he has forgotten also about like stuff. Now it makes you feel like, oh, I can also do what he does. So I think my apprenticeship makes someone feel they can do what he do. Then mentorship is more of like this person you respect, you meet him once in a while. So always there's that gap. You don't know what they're doing there, and then they can give you a few tips and there. But that's the best you can do for the mentorship, because the other one needs time and but where it's possible, especially like in companies, it's better to do an apprenticeship style where a junior is hooked with a senior. Actually, there are companies that were doing that. They've taken that like to the next level. Yeah. Where there's a company, what's the Pivotal Labs? Pivotal Labs, if I'm not mistaken, up to now, maybe I'll go do someone can go check out. They were like, everything is pair programming. Like, imagine, like, some people say like that thing's it's impossible. But like, you come in the office, we're working from the same machine. We of course, you have, and now
the Git has made it even much easier.
Yes, you can do over like all right. But that means that every code is written by two people. One person reading, one writing, and another one like driving, as they say, the pair programming. So that's almost, pair programming is a tool to implement apprenticeship. So I think for companies, if you can hook senior and junior in an apprenticeship way, that's the best. Yeah. And that actually you can afford, because people are in the same company, they can work. But don't say that you senior mentor this person where they just meet once in a week. It doesn't help really a lot.
And that's the reason why I don't believe in mentorship. And you've covered it really.
Okay. But it's the best you can do most of the time. It's the best you can do for the given time and context.
For sure. And I'm not saying that guys who do mentorship are wrong or right. All I'm saying that where do you want to see results? Where do you want to see
real
growth,
results,
right? And you have covered it really well. So for me, I create a platform where apprenticeship can happen. And I'm very clear about this, so that everyone in that room, don't expect you reach someone for mentorship or for whatever, because I find that also as an opportunistic way. But apprenticeship is where you show interest, commitment, because you see, even with mentorship, the gap that is there is that you will see only the glory side.
Yes.
And that's why people don't like meeting their heroes.
Because
it changes everything.
Changes.
Yeah.
But they should meet your heroes. So that it can make you. I think when you meet your hero and you find that they fall short, you should not look down upon them or what.
Yeah.
You should not change how you used to look at them.
Yeah.
You still adore them and love them, and just know that it's human, and actually even make you feel like now it's attainable.
Yes.
I used to feel that distance is huge, but this is a short distance.
Yeah.
But also again, don't be fooled by the mistakes, because people have really invested time and in that growth, and just they don't think because they can make this mistake, so you're in the same level with them. No, just still do the respect and all that, but it makes you feel like you can attain, not like you are with them. But you can say if I keep at it, I can be what I want to be, like in that song.
So you go to that year, and this is where you start participating in the hackathons, or you started earlier? Because of this, about time,
of course, hackathons start with coming when the pioneers in this ecosystem, IHAB. So 2008, when the IHAB is not 8, 10. So you're right. That idea is when I know about IHAB. Start going to the IHAB, and now we know about the hackathons and all that. Yeah.
Did you know it through Professor Agasha? Because that's how I knew
IHAB. I know, because for me, the good thing, I had roots in the industry a little bit. I was doing gigs outside, so I had some roots in there. In the
you had connection.
Yeah.
You're putting them like roots and some no connections.
It's like so I just knew like through a friend, that someone tells a friend and tell a friend, and then I got the IHAB, about startup weekends. I started being involved now in community stuff, Google GDG. I started even the first GDG for Nairobi, University of Nairobi. I was the lead, and then I went to be also the lead of GDG Nairobi.
What you should tell them is that we started that thing. It was a consortium of 6-7 guys. I can't remember all of them, but I remember when we started. That's the time it started, because this is what I remember. Maybe
you're there. You're part of it, because every time everything that I did, I had to involve you.
There was Rogers and this is how it started. Let me remind you, because maybe it might also have skipped your mind. So we agreed to some extent we should be meeting on a Saturday to do some coding at the campus. So because you guys used to have access to the lab and everything, it was easier for you to negotiate with the lab guys to get some access. And then we met there. So in this meeting, you used to know Ahmed Maui.
Yes.
And there was this GDG going on everywhere.
He was the lead for Nairobi that time.
He was? Okay.
Yeah, he was the lead for Nairobi, and then he left for Mombasa. He left for another guy called Andrew. Andrew is now at Google, PM at Google. And what is his name? Andrew, I forget his second name. And then myself.
Now, that time, I think the reason why we met is because, I don't know if it's you who brought it up, but you said, things are not active, but there's this guy who has been running it, is no longer there. How can we restructure it well so that now it becomes a thing? So it was the guys who I can remember. There was Rogers and that he was, I don't know where he is now.
He's
really
good
now. At Android.
There
was you. There was Banter. Then there was some other 3 guys. I can't remember them.
You know what? Why I'm saying I'm laughing, because recently I was going over my, most of the times, remember, we were really hardcore users of Google Groups. Everything that we wanted to do, we do a Google group.
Yes.
So I saw a Google group that we did together.
It's
called
still there.
Deep SCI.
Yes.
If you check
yeah.
So you see all those guys there, the members there, you see them.
Nice.
So even at the time I wanted to send you guys a message like, hey guys, it has been, so I checked, it has actually been 10 years.
Yes.
So it was 2012.
Yes.
So I wanted to actually email you guys and say, hey guys, have you been 10 years down the line? If you just take a Google group, you go to groups.google I look for deep SCI. You see it.
Yeah, so these are the guys who actually, for those who don't know, these are the guys who really shaped, I would say, even beyond Ahmed Mawi. These are the guys who shaped GDG, though with time it culminated to something else. And maybe you can tell your story. And we started meeting, and then we decided, okay, let's not be meeting at the SCI. Let's go to HIAB so that we can have more access.
So what was happening here was we wanted to start one GDG for the school. GDG University of Nairobi.
Yes.
But then don't forget that the Nairobi one was still going on.
Yes.
As much as it wasn't sometimes active because Ahmed had left for Mombasa.
Yes.
And also Andrew also had left for, I think, UK or something. So it wasn't really active. But also we wanted to do one in Nairobi because we thought with the school, it's easier to get, as you just said, access to the lab and all that. But the school will not easily allow outsiders to come. So why we went to go now IHAB is because outsiders cannot come to school. It's easier for us now to go to the IHAB.
Yeah, I can see these guys.
You've
there was
seen them,
Mboya, there's Andrews, somebody.
Now Andrew. So just pause there. Andrew is the one who is deceased now. That's Andrew Ashira.
So these guys was really committed.
Andrew
I
Shira.
wish you.
It's called Andrew Shira, right?
I remember him.
That's
I remember
Andrew
Andrew Shira. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe we met once or twice. But
Most likely.
Yeah, he's the guy even who hooked us. Who hooked us with the merchandise for our first few events.
Yes,
I remember that's when the swag thing came into the
that
picture.
Is Andrew, that's Andrew.
Some stickers, and all this.
Yeah.
Now
it was just like, he was just someone who was always chini ya maji kind of person. So when he passed on, most people didn't know. Very few people knew.
Yeah. So we ran this GDG, and all of a sudden you're not interested. Why?
No, that's not about GDG. We are in the. No, that's not the GDG. My main thing starts with the C4D lab. All this is C4D lab.
No. Let's go back.
They're related.
They are. We'll get to C4D lab. Yes. This is now you are doing the hackathons, you're doing the meetups, but. I can't remember. But for me, I think I also saw that the direction is changing. It's not what I envisioned, because for me, it's more of decentralizing power and ensuring that every person who comes to the community, they feel that they also own it. But that was not the case with the GDG. I feel like to some extent it scaled so fast.
Oh, that's the problem. We always we are as victims to our own success.
Yeah. It scaled so fast and we lost that direction. That's according to me. That's why even I was like,
because we wanted to be all about the numbers, because we were hitting 3K, I think. At some point when I was leaving, we were hitting 3K.
Yeah.
But I wasn't leaving for that. Like, why I left? So for me, when my community stuff was not even about GDG. My community stuff was anything about the community will do it. It was like, remember, even I will come to Nairobi. Anything about the community will do it. So in GDG, there's this other guy who used to do something called CMS Africa. We used to work a lot with them.
Is it called Adero? Is this the same guy? Or?
Yeah, there's such a name, but not Adero. I've forgotten his name.
Yeah.
If you check CMS Africa,
yeah.
So anything for the community, I will do.
Yeah.
So, but when I was leaving C4D lab, it's like which is a really long story.
Yeah, I see time is running out, but I want us to tell this story, right? So we started going to hackathons, yeah? And one of the hackathons that we went is Garage 48, where we built some interesting cool stuff. Masomo Moja, you remember? Tell us about that. Tell us, you are the chief engineer there. Tell us about that. Tell us about that a little bit.
What?
Then we met this guy from Baringo.
Yes, the guy who was called Baringo, what? Nectar something.
So there was all that. And I'll be honest. So things like HIAB initially, it was like there's free food. I got to meet like serious engineers from YouTube. Marissa Maya, the Google chairman. What is his name?
forgot his name. But I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. All these guys used to come at Ayab when they are around in Kenya. And there's one question that fascinated me. If all these serious guys who otherwise you would never meet, doesn't matter who you are.
Like movers, the real movers are shakers.
Well, that's debatable. So if you could not meet this, but they could find time for the community. That's the first time I realized how powerful community is. That was my aha moment with the community. So I thought, because for me, even when I joined university, I was I wanted to make some sort of change. And given my circumstances and everything, I thought that change would be. Maybe you have ever had this conversation while driving and I didn't answer your question.
Okay.
Was how fascinating tech is. From the entry point, the capital you need, and how much you can do with it. Yes. So I thought this actually can be a game changer. Maybe I think the question was, why are you so committed in the community? You should write a book around it.
Yeah.
But for me, it was like, oh my goodness. So I can make a real change even without getting those big positions and everything, just through the community.
Yes. And actually, then coming to think about it,
I
was telling you, you're saying you have done 7 years of Atlassian, but you've done community 10 years now.
Actually, 13 years.
Since
2010.
Yes.
Since
So you're doing
2010.
the deep
Because we started with GDG, and then we formed Nairobi.
13 years.
And then now, do you know Nairobi is Africa Ruby community? So we're scaling across Africa.
Oh, it's no longer. Even the domain has changed.
No, Nairobi is just part of ARC.
ARC.
Yeah, we'll be launching that website anytime. ARC.org or Africa. I'll share it
nice
later. Because they're not yet. that might not be available because that's
maybe. It's so hard to get them.
So we'll try to find something that's nice, and I'll share by the way so that at least you see. And I believe everyone should be doing community, including government. Actually, we're having this discussion.
Governments should have more incentive because. They're getting tax, and the community is all about spreading the love, spreading
exactly. You know, we are thinking
equity basically.
We were thinking this coming from Kisii that William Ruto should be in the hackathons every Saturday.
For real,
I'm serious about it. No, not to show seriousness, to be part and parcel of the process. What does this do? He started investing in innovation. Every time there's a budget to now even the school projects that we do that are really potential, we grow them. Then he should be able to understand how tech works and because even to some extent I was feeling like we should have diplomatic passports for entrepreneurs.
Man, so you push for that.
There's no reason. I'm pushing for it right now. There's no reason why you should not have that, because at the end of the day, that also encourages you to go out there, raise funds, go out there, meet other entrepreneurs, go out there and bring business. You know, because the people who have diplomatic passport, most of the time I feel like there is not much value they have for it. They're already there. Yeah. But entrepreneurs are the guys who bring new business. Look at even Mark or Jack Dorsey or Elon Musk. When these guys were entrepreneurs, they were that hungry. Look where they are a couple of years down the line. Some of them less than 30 years down the line.
And the ripple effect, of course.
The ripple effect. The guys they hire across the world.
Yes.
So it shows you the most important thing in the ecosystem is tech. I'm not saying other industries are not important, but also tech goes into other industries.
Yes, because the good thing tech has permitted. Tech is becoming like air and water, like it's everywhere.
Yes. So this time we go to the hackathons. We win a couple of them. We lose a couple of them. But we learn. At the end of the day, we learn.
Like it was just, I miss those days.
Yeah. We could spend 48 hours straight.
Like you say, man, let me sleep a little bit. We'll finish that. Then you sleep. You wake up, it's 4 hours to the presentation, and now
you have to
trying to do everything. Trying to do everything.
And we meet
interesting people. Really awesome.
Yeah, we meet interesting people in the ecosystem.
The connections and just
it was awesome. And the most interesting thing is that now I start running communities seriously. So I started with BlackBerry.
Why did I forget? Tell BlackBerry.
Yeah, I started with BlackBerry. And this way I get an opportunity to even meet Jack in Amsterdam. Maybe you don't know about this, but we met there when we went.
But I know you became a globetrotter. I think you really traveled. Between me and you, who was the first one to travel because of community? When was your first flight?
I think 2012.
Yeah, you were the first one. Because for me, 2013, Google I.O.
Yes,
so you were I remember you were the first one to fly out because of community stuff.
And that for me was a high-opening event because I met like a 20-something guy, 20 or 18, I'm not sure, really young guy, who had a dev shop that used to build BlackBerry apps, especially in weather, agriculture. In Europe, I think he was based in UK. And this guy had employed 24 guys. Some of them older than him. And it affirmed what I had thought. You know, some of these things you're just like, you're like, I want to do this, but you don't know why. And then you see your why. And you're like, come on now. Me, I saw my first computer when I joined university. Now I ask myself, what if we lower this barrier that a primary school kid can code? And this is happening. It might not be through me, but the community has one thing that people don't know, the ripple effect.
Yes.
You'll go meet a guy in Kisii, he likes what you're doing, he start doing it in their village. Exactly. What happens? The magic happens. Yeah. When I started doing this, there was no serious engineering fang. We call them fang.
Fangs, yeah.
In Africa.
There was no fang, any fang.
I mean, in Kenya. In Africa, of course, there was South Africa, in Amazon.
But even they're doing operation mostly.
Yes. And
not really tech dev. Yeah.
But right now we have like 4 or 5 of these serious engineering hubs. So it's happening. That's what I'm happy about. But I feel like we have not scratched the surface. But fast forward.
Yeah.
You finish your undergrad. And then you join C4D.
Yeah. So finish my undergrad, and then one lecturer asked me, which was that Dr. Nga, whether I'm interested in maybe staying back in faculty. Like, hey, it hit me like, wait a minute. Is when I noticed like maybe this thing is coming full circle. Because when I joined, even people don't know how this name Professor started. This name is sort of, I gave myself first and then people started calling me. So the name was on my email. My email was profnanda@gmail. I just put it that way. I don't know what made me to put like. I think that there's a particular moment in time that I thought I'll be a lecturer. Then I think I went back to I think when I'm coming to university I wanted to be actually a professor. I think. Yeah, I think that was the thing. Then just seeing how, so I was underwhelmed by. Like, oh, is this all about? Like,
this is not worth it.
I don't know. Let me go to the dev stuff. Yeah. So, but my email was already profnanda@gmail. And that time, Gmail could allow you to have even first name. So my first name I put as prof. This day I saw that they don't allow. Yeah. Like you cannot write prof as first name. So first name was prof. Second name was Nanda. So even some people used to think that maybe my parents named me prof. Some people, right? But the guys who really made this name really permeate is first it was the guys I was working with at WebTribe. They really were calling me prof. And then now this guy who was doing masters, he will come to school and ask, do you know this guy called prof? Like who is that?
Someone will just think he's a lecturer.
Yeah. So that's how the name was. And then so when he fast forward, Dr. Wanjiku asked me whether I would like to stay back in school. I said, let me go think about it. Then when I thought about it, I was like, maybe this actually was meant to happen. Yeah. So I decided enroll for my master's and let's also start helping with the C4D lab. Because that time, I think they're also getting me because I was really active with community and trying to, that time, we were saying, why can students build products that some of them can venture into businesses as opposed to looking for work. Like some of them who want to build stuff. Because university has resources, you can stay at uni on a very half rates, maybe paying 4,000 in 3 months. You can add, and you're a student. You can actually work on a very nice startup and maybe scale. So that was how we were thinking. Yeah. Of course, they will have done better in terms of getting better structures that see end to end, not just to build something and then. But I noticed that time I thought you just build something and it flies. But now of course life teaches you even through my Kazi Plus platform, which I can talk about a little bit about it. was I noticed that, wow, running a business is not just about the tech first. There is tech plus operations plus everything. Yeah. So 2 years I was there, but
you used to teach code.
Yeah, I used to do like boot camps for students. So I'll do boot camps. Actually, let me give this story so that it's very clear. When this time, like, you are more excited than the students. Like you feel like, man, these guys, whatever I'm teaching them, like, I wish I had this kind of stuff when I was doing. Like, this definitely is a no-brainer. Everyone will like it. So I do the first session or the first 2 sessions. Everyone, the room is full packed. People are coming to learn. But then, students notice that this thing is not a course in there.
They'll not be tested.
Yeah.
And they'll not, it doesn't contribute
it's not coming in the exam. Oh my, you don't need it. So what happens? The guys, I end up with around 10 guys. Around 10 guys. And one thing I like about it is that all the 10 guys, I can name all of them and they're like somewhere doing
really
stuff.
well.
Yeah. Some, like, most are either in Microsoft, Google, AWS, all of them, like, I can be sure, like, rest assured, all of them, like, almost like it's like magical. But so when we reduced to almost like from a class of 60, 40 thereabouts to a class of 10, I started getting discouraged in terms of
even the psych drops.
Like,
are you doing the right thing?
Yeah, and then I'm wondering, like, these students, like, they are just trained to
cram and
do the exam, and that's the system is already, it's like giving them that opium. So I just said, okay, I think this is not how I need to end. Like, be a professor one day, and then that's all, like, you. This kind of so actually, students are the ones actually who motivated me to leave school. Yeah, like, I feel like it's not meeting my purpose. I think I had very high expectations. I was seeing, like, great guys coming out, like, I just have like 40 engineers, awesome guys doing stuff, but children are not really well. And I'm seeing even still, like, up to now, like, students, they want to be pushed a lot. Like, I don't know why, but sometimes when they get out, then life beats them. Is when they start looking. I see guys looking for me, like, I'm doing an interview 2 years after campus, like, things that you should have been doing, like, when you're in campus, and then so I don't know how much I can help you. Like,
at that point,
the easy thing I just give you, go check out LeetCode, check out that. But there are things that you miss when people should actually, the guys who are in school, they should know. There are things that when you can only do best when you're in school.
Yes.
You can only do when you come out, you have rent, you have bills to pay, you have this, you have that. You have I even mentioned, like, you have a girlfriend, you have to take them out. Sometimes even being single in campus is actually
Chief,
awesome.
tell them this. When you finish school, I don't know if you guys were paying $6 per day, but you come and ask me, hey, MK, where can I get a house that I can start life? And there, I'm almost finishing my school, right? So I tell you, okay, there is this place that we live. We have like a single room.
I like that. That's awesome.
$3,000 per month. $3,000. That's a lot. That's a lot. But I'm looking for like a 1-bedroom. I'm like, that one will check with that. Was it 10K or 8K? How much did you pay?
Comes there. I don't remember the exact, but maybe 5-6 there.
5-6. It was fair.
But it wasn't bad.
But also you had to share to be able to afford. That's what people don't know.
So, like,
with Munyaga is another self-taught dev. Yeah.
Which now is like he went back to still CTO at Jambo Pay.
Yes. So, from self-taught to CTO. These people, there's something that people don't know. If you have the drive, if you are committed, you'll get there. It's only that some guys nowadays I see they're not patient. They act entitled. I think also it's a generational problem, and social media has contributed that a lot.
So I'm just learning to see how we can bring this new generation guys to just people call them this Gen Z, Gen whatever, but I don't know how you even Prof really we talk with Professor Wagasha a lot, and he always tells me, like, hey, Prof, I want you to come to school and just talk to these guys. Like, some of them are not serious. Like, there's a story he gives me. A student just recently, he called him. He said, Mwalimu, I'm sorry, I won't make it for the exam today. You made an exam, just see cut.
Main exam.
No, I think cut, either cut or exam, but an exam. I won't make it. I'm taking my little sister to school and I'm doing Form 1. please just organize for me another. I'll do it any day. Any day I'll do it.
Oh my God.
Any day I'll do it. I was just like, am I hearing right? Any day I'll do it, Limo Prof. Just organize for me any day I'll do it. But for today,
I'm busy.
I'm busy. So that's the generation we're dealing with. Like guys they look at things so differently. So, but I think social media is the one that has really contributed to it. Like people, because people will show you the glamorous side. You can make this. Yeah, even guys will show like, I make YouTube. And I have a YouTube channel. Yeah. And I can see how much it takes to grow a YouTube channel. So you just think, I want to be an influencer.
And I've recorded the whole year content. We're struggling to get 200 subscribers. 200. But and I have a reach. This is one thing that people should know. I have a reach of almost maybe 100,000 people in Africa. And 200 of them only have subscribed. And also tell them this, because this is the time you see you come, you're starting out. I give you my stove.
Man, even like you let me tell you the story. It's better for me to tell than you.
So they don't think that he just started, he graduated, he went to this place, and he's good.
So you remember, guys, I told you I was a village boy coming to Nairobi. Of course, I had a brother here, but I wouldn't stay with him a lot. I prefer just to be in school. So all my 4 years. I'm spending just in school actually. I was going home very little time. Like I would go maybe 1-2 weeks. And then
that is in Lugulu.
Lugulu. I'll go in Lugulu maybe 1 or 2 weeks in Christmas. Like 1 or 2 weeks in a year. But most of my time is in school. Campus. So when the schools close, what happens? The school, the SWA, we call it Student Welfare Association, they'll give you they can give you a room. You can pay for a room. I don't know afford. That's why even I was asking you about the 3K. How come 3K is not? Because we're doing 4K or 3K in 3 months. When guys have gone for long holiday.
We're wondering, 3K in a month.
So I was living in a bubble. So all my 4 years is in a bubble, in a school bubble. Very, people should know that. We were eating. So this time you are cooking your food and doing all that.
Me, I'm already.
The School of Hard Knocks. For me, I'm eating ugali, 6 bob, ugali. With about 12 shillings, you eat lunch. With 100 bob, you can stay for a whole week. 100 bob, like in Minnesota, like 100 bob. And remember for me now, because of the gigs now, for real, I don't remember a day I was broke in school. But broke because of the economy. It was a simple economy, right? I was never broke because of the big gigs I was doing. But when I came out, then I noticed like what brokenness means. Because now you have all this.
You have like 10K, bills. But you're still broke.
Yes.
In a week.
So when now I'm getting out, I'm wondering, where can I go now? To school. And then it looks funny when you're finished for tea and you're still hanging around. It looks so funny. What they do.
Funny, this guy, what's up?
So actually, I started, I started by 2 weeks when I was still looking. And then I think you hooked me up with the place. The place in Ngando.
Yes,
right?
Wanye, not Ngando.
Ngando is the upper part. Even Ngando is like Kuomoka actually.
No, Ngando right now is Kuomoka because they're good, but Ngando then was bad than Wanye.
Oh, before those Chinese flats were being built, that time we just go there.
Right now, if you go there, it's really crazy. It's looking good. The Ngando side. Yeah.
So when there, was the Mzee your relative?
No.
But Mzee, I really miss him.
We looked for the place. We literally look for a place to rent. You see how you look for a new house to move? That's what we did. By foot. My friend, the dust was from the knee to the toes. Because you are going to a place you're told a single or bed sitter is like 10K. Chief, you are like trying to maximize that 10K to serve you at least 3 months. So the first time we ganged up like 5 guys. Some of them were doing education. So we got a 2-bedroom. But now the life that we're living there, even the sitting room was a bedroom. Actually, I took the sitting room and I laid my mattress on the ground. Pale ilikuwa mambo mbaya. Then we realized, some of these guys are not paying the rent on time. So he used to complain a lot. So I decided, because...
it was the same place. I thought it was
the same place. Just behind there. There's a new bedroom there. And now one of those guys was a relative to the mzee, but he was also paying rent. He was called Kenoti. He was doing education, BSc education. So we decided, and you see, for him, he could sometime, mzee could just, minus that. But for us, you have to pay. So I told Banta, Chief, I don't like this. Sometimes it's not good to be always anxious that because someone else, and you're all struggling. Actually, we were struggling more than anyone else. Okay, I was struggling more than anyone else, but I could still make my rent. Sometimes I could delay but make arrangements, like I'll pay in lump sum. And I used to do that because I was an entrepreneur from first. You decided to be an entrepreneur from first year. Me, I was an entrepreneur after, I think,
high school, primary.
Yeah, because in primary I used to do farming.
Oh, the farming.
Yeah.
And even right, you're applying still to do farming, right? Because last time you gave me a chicken.
Yes, I did. I'll give that story. Nairobi shamba la man. So immediately after high school, I wrote some plays. I was a playwright. And I happened to sell one of those plays exorbitantly, my friend. And it happened to go up to provincial level. So that's a story I'll tell you. Sometimes I tell these stories and I feel like maybe it's about time. So fast forward, we decided with Banta, let's take a single room. We decided one bed. He said, now we could even afford a bed. One bed, this and then we go the stove.
Okay, you guys were well off. You guys were in 2-bed, right?
No.
For us, we came to go to one bed.
Exactly.
Was it 2 bed?
But I think we started from the
then
ground.
Right from the bottom.
From the bottom. Now we were somewhere. So that's how it happened. And then we bought the stove. And then over time, we got the Meko, the gas cooker, a small one. So when you came in, we were like, this is our chief. Let's
we were coming and you used to like going to club to eat or you go to the mess. Not even sometimes it does not hit you like you need a stove and so you come.
Somewhere to cook,
Even I don't know to cook You gave me everything. You gave me everything to like the kiss cook. You gave me the sufuria, the stove, and then we started cooking a little bit. But we were going to also sometimes we go to that kibanda.
Yeah, we used also to eat a lot.
Baraka Hotel there.
Those kibandas.
Go and eat Baraka Hotel. So okay, this is maybe you should cut off this if it does not make sense because that's a funny thing. When we meet with Munyaga, we always talk about it. And even Nation. But Nation is he was he served in the army, U.S. Army, and now even he left. Now he's the guard. Nation.
He flew out, eh?
Yeah.
Nice.
US Army. So every time we talk, like always remember the
story, that life.
The day we were going to eat, or you buy something. Then coming back, we see something in a smoke. We were like, what's happening here? It was our place.
What I do that?
We had left, I think the stove or something. So there was some fire, but it wasn't really bad. We just turned off. That time, I think you were not around.
No, I wasn't.
We never told you that because it was just it was just a small fire.
I never knew about that. You guys could have brought a lot of people back to square zero. But that's the story. And there's one thing I like saying, and it's not just to be like, what I'm saying, it's not boosting.
Yeah,
like the guys we meet, they end up making it really big. Even in the community, I tell guys this and then they're like, "Kwani, weni nani?" But the truth is, I meet people with clean heart. Like I want everyone to make, and everyone can make it because I live in the world where there's enough for 8 billion people and more. It doesn't mean because Nanda wins, I lose. It's not a zero-sum game.
That's true.
So I'm proud to hear that. And even I saw it, CTO. You're telling me now Nation is served in the military, now is in the arms guard.
In the National Guard.
National Guard, which is actually the highest. It's one of the highest in the military ranks, I think. So it's amazing. So you start from there. And now you are...
Actually, I was there when I was working at C4D.
That's C4D Lab. And doing your masters.
And doing my masters. I remember
And then we moved.
You guys left us to Jump Park.
Jump Park.
As we stayed back a little bit, and then at some point, I think we stayed there for longer, and then we went our ways. And actually, I think got another place. Munyaga also, and Basifa got Kino. I think after getting the C4D job, now I think I could afford, they're paying a bit well.
So I think when you were there, you had not gotten the job.
Yeah, I was getting no, but I was still working with Prof. I was working now with Prof.
Oh,
Emma,
those side projects.
Yeah, I was just doing more of like
research.
no, we're doing like I was helping with the website. Nini change, climate change stuff. Yeah. So just website and as actually the one who helped me get that deal because he was saying you just be patient. We're working with the Senate and all that to get you that approval because they had to get the budget for a graduate assistant. So my interview was more of like a sort of they did my interview, but it was just
formality.
Even formality because
now I move from Jam Park, I go to Jamhuri, and then I go to Embakasi. And then you call me one day. Is it call you wrote me an email or something? Let me see.
You can get it most like maybe the thing most of these things are on the high or somewhere on storage.
Let me see. Yeah. Did you write me an email or you called me?
Most likely it was an email. I was not good at calling, even up to now. Most likely it might have been an email, or maybe I called you but quickly. But anything, even the maybe first meeting how we set it up must have been an email. That's like the time I tell you you can come at C4D or something.
Yeah, because
we're looking for someone. Yeah.
You know me, I didn't know the backstory. So what was that discussion before you guys called me with the C4D Lab guys?
I think it was more of.
Because even then, Dr. Nganga wasn't that involved.
We needed outreach. Even Dr. Nganga left a little bit far for the other CICD. Are they called CICD or the guys Center of Disease Control, CDC? She went for a CDC job somewhere in Uganda for some time. Yeah. But we called you to come help us with community stuff.
Then I meet you guys with the
and I remember I told Dr. Tony that hey, if we are looking for someone for community, like if we can convince this guy to, I know we not. I told you we will not afford. I might told you. Do you remember?
Chief, you can pitch.
I will not afford you, but even try and even part time. You do your stuff, whatever that you're doing, do your stuff part. Come and help us. Set up this committee. Then, but I think we worked shortly thereafter I left. I think. After maybe was it a year?
A year
overlapping, yeah. But I left you there now. Now you don't have to tell me what really happened there after that. But
no, the interesting stuff that I remember is that out of the 9 startups that we had there, one of them actually raised 42 million last year.
That's
US dollars.
That's Chura.
No, that's Market Force.
Market Force was there.
It wasn't Market Force
that time,
but
they're calling it Mesozi.
Yeah. So they and by the way, we lost him one of these fine days. He came and shared his story how they used to apply for tenders. Chura also is not doing bad because it also has another startup that is doing fintech.
Yeah, Chums.
Yeah. There's the other guy who used to do, I can't remember what he used to do, but now he does shared lockers across different towns.
And the guy Mover Studio, I just keep seeing the email.
Mover Studio.
What happened to him? He wanted to do some game stuff and also. But he
must
be somewhere. Mover were the first guys that were not computer science guys, but they came. Remember?
They were outsiders, right? So he has an academy and a dev shop in Juja. I visited him a couple of times. Maybe we need to visit him and see what he's doing.
Yeah.
And right now he's training devs. Some of the best devs like Juma Alan have gone through his course.
What?
Yeah. So he got an internship there, and he says that's part of what shaped him. So all these guys, as much as maybe the startup don't exist in that form, they went to do great stuff.
Yes.
And one thing that maybe we can tell guys right now. How much were you paying me? Now that you could not afford me.
And was it even consistent? You would be paid maybe once and you wait.
I got paid once, my friend.
You wait.
Once.
They tell you to wait for.
I was paid once.
Check you be clearing.
Now you're talking about it being paid in once. I received, and this actually was a tough call because I also realized how universities work. That universities are not a place where things will move fast as much as you want them to move fast.
That's how I left.
If you get to be hired, there has to be approval from the senior management. That is Senate.
Yes.
They decide your fate even when you're getting expelled. These are the guys. And we used to attend those. I don't know how many meetings of you attended. Now
no, I never stepped in Senate. You guys, I think when I left, things actually had not really formed. When you guys were there, you formed up things that were much better. Actually.
Now, this is what happened. And I believe in this process. So every time I would, maybe even you should host Dr. Monza here. We used to drive with Dr. Monza's car sometime when he's speaking his key, because I used to go to the Gong Road where I used to live. So we used to discuss a lot of things, and I used to give them. So maybe the next day you see him with so many ideas. So ideas discussed in the previous evening. And one of the ideas were like, for us to really make an impact, we need to find a way to involve the industry. And one of the ways is maybe through different sort of summits, events, or not. And then remember me writing a concept note for Cloud Summit.
Summit,
I'm getting there. Cloud Summit.
Yes, I remember Cloud Summit.
But I think by this time you had checked out.
But you had started. I think I remember Cloud Summit. I do remember. Did it happen? But I remember when you're doing the concept.
No. This is Cloud Summit. Started with Cloud Summit. So we invited Angani.
I was there. I was there.
OLX.
Yes.
All these guys.
Angani, and even the day after we
Google, Microsoft. We went to several meetings at Safaricom because by then cloud was a thing. And this is one thing I want to make clear. Guys in Africa, we normally experience technology when it's 15 years late. So we always laggards. And the only way you can always be up to speed, normalize attending big conferences like MWC, go for Apple, conference, dev conference, go for Atlassian Summit. These were some of these things are discussed and announced, and white papers are shared.
And going, and maybe just I want to emphasize, going is different from you. The good thing that is democratized, you can view videos.
Yes.
But videos will need you. Who is disciplined to watch like as if you're in that event? But when you go to the event, sometimes even most of the events, even you'll tell me the truth that you don't attend the session most of the times.
Yes.
You attend one or two, but it's networking.
The networking.
You meet someone tell you, maybe from VMware, they tell you about what's happening. You meet this person, tell you, come to my session, do it.
But you see, if we attend more of us, we can attend all the sessions. Because I'm one person, because and this session happening at the same time.
Yes.
So I emphasize that in the community, but also I feel like I should say that here, because at the end of the day,
it's really important.
That changes everything, and that actually goes to the now Nairobi Innovation Week.
Yes.
Now I understand it's going countrywide, and then I realized that even to get 500 bob, the Senate has to approve. And Professor Oyema, maybe even Professor Oyema should host him at some point. This guy is really smart. Like, he's knowledgeable. He has written all these strategies. He has shaped the way most of these things. Yeah. So he says, I think this. No, me I pitched to Mwanza pitches to Oyema. So Cloud Summit we do it. The turn up wasn't that good. But Mondo Gatabaki, who was running for Kiambu governor, the wife to our now strategists. What is the name of this guy? David Ndii.
Oh, really?
Yes. You don't remember that? The summit happened, but the turn-up wasn't that great. But Mondo Gatabaki came, a couple of guys from the ministry, some of the DGs, Director Generals came. I think so. He also came. Yeah. Now he came, and then I'm like, Chief, we can do something better. Because I see it, this was just a launch pad.
Yeah, just testing the
Why can't we do, we don't have an innovation event. By then, there was no innovation event where people could come and share everything. We used to have Friday-ation, which is, guys, if you don't know, Friday-ation was Nanda's creation. Yeah, we are just
for me, naming for me usually comes so easy. So Friday-ation, ideation plus Fridays.
But I was just an implementer. Yes, I was just an implementer. Maybe I should start one year.
Friday-ation.
Yeah. So Friday-ation is where guys could come and pitch ideas. We poke holes. Some of them we become co-founders, or we help with the website or design or whatever. So we pitch this, and then we say, okay, why don't we even launch a challenge to create the logo for Nairobi Innovation Week? So that we create also awareness. And we launched this on our social media. Some guys, I don't know, from the engineering school created a very beautiful logo, culminating from the University of Nairobi logo. Now I see they have even changed the branding. So with this now, we decided it should not be a one time. We should just form a strategy that could actually go for 15 years. And then we do the retreat in Naivasha. I don't want to say the backstory of even making that happen, but we do the retreats.
That time I've left. That time I don't know.
You're almost leaving.
No, I think I left because Nairobi, the week itself when it's happening, I wasn't there.
Yes.
But then I came to the second one. I came as an exhibitor. I exhibited Kazi Plus in the second.
Yeah, because the strategy was created towards the end of 2014. I have not lost my track of that. Yeah.
So for me, I left like C4D end of 2014.
Yes. So you're almost leaving. That's what I'm saying. You are checked out. At this point, you are checked out. But interestingly, when we went for this retreat, there was some sort of party. So I'm thinking, maybe at least I'll get something.
At least you get something at
last. So the CC determines what you get.
Which CC?
Your car's CC.
Oh.
Chief, did I have a car? I'm saying, anyway, at the end of the day, for me, I'm always like, let's make the change. However we do it, doesn't matter. As long as the change is there.
I think that actually, that's something that that's the picture that I didn't have, like, even when I was leaving C4D Lab. It was more I didn't like the way things were being done. But I think over time, you come to appreciate that because we are human, we'll do things different ways. So over time, I've come to learn. Like that time, Doc wanted more of research to get money so you can do the other stuff, which is true. Like you have to get something to do the other thing. For me, I was saying, even with the mega resources that we have, we can shortcut this. So we're seeing two different routes to a solution, and then that's how we started like getting to knock each other's like we couldn't agree on some of these strategies. And then I said, for me it was more like it is done this way. That time like I was so radical, like it is done this way or I'm going.
So just to finish this, when I get back from that retreat, I started now questioning why am I out doing this? Because I saw the budget, I saw what was happening, I saw how people got. Even we had some external consultants. I saw where they go and everything. I'm like,
and then the people were doing the real stuff.
Chief, this was my idea.
Because those are the guys who were just coming for that day, and even after that day, they forget about everything they said there.
Yes. This was my idea. Don't forget that. Maybe anyone can have a different opinion, but the initial. I might not have done, what Senate could be palatable to the Senate, but even when it came to like, how do we get this out of the university? How do we get this across the country? I remember even I have those write-ups. I keep them for the reference to just remind me why I was doing it.
Yes.
And the beauty of it is, as long as I did not get rewarded or compensated, because I did this actually pro bono.
The way I called you, like, just come
and out of
maybe we said it wrong, like
no.
You having pro bono stuff and
So, but I believed in the journey. Because at the end of the day, for me, it's always like, how can we make a difference in our lifetime? So when I got out of that, and then I'm like, doctor, things are thick. I already had a partner, and we had a kid. This is one thing you didn't know.
Yes.
That particular
I know about the kid. Because when I came to see you, even you gave me a chicken for Christmas. One of the Christmases was 2016.
I don't know if you didn't meet. They had gone to Shago.
Or maybe at the time she had gone.
So I said, things are not good. I have arrears, these things are happening. And I don't like giving people my problems.
You never talk about like anything about like you're this kind of person who like you just like you are payer too full. Like even some of the things you have said in this podcast, I'm knowing them for the first time. Like even after being with you like all these years, I'm knowing them now. Like even how you grew up, like we never even talked about how you like
I will
guardian and all that.
I will. I definitely will at some point. So by the way, Doc was really more than kind. They wrote me, I think, like around $500 check. Or 50K Kenya shillings. and I went and sorted a few things. But nevertheless, I felt like, you know what? At least you can see the value we are providing. I see you guys justifying for this amount here and there. But I feel like this growth process is kind of a bit slow. Given with the responsibility and everything.
Yeah.
And I decided now, at this point, I feel like I should be looking for. And then you left. You know, you were the guy who like come and let's. And then you left. So that also
so brought you in and
felt like the guy who like brought me is like he's leaving. What's happening here? So fast forward, I attended the first innovation week to see if really, you know, that even inviting all those guys, I was like, why don't we invite the best innovators, the lean startup book writer?
Did he came?
I think he came, if I'm not wrong.
Not the lean one. No, the one who came is the author of Startup Nation.
Startup
from
Nation.
Israel.
Yeah.
Sigal.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
From Israel. I don't know if it's from Israel.
Yeah, from Israel. Yeah.
So when I saw that, I felt like I've done it.
You've done it. Yeah.
And now there's a strategy. So of course this thing will scale with or without me. And now what you don't know is that a lot of professors started showing up on our, I think. Was it sprints? You remember normally I used to have meetings, a boardroom tour with prof.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So one day I come, I used to be the secretary.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I come and the boardroom is full of professors.
What's up? But I start feeling like this is a change now. This is like
I'm like, how old am I again? And then the discussion that culminates from those professors is like, there's a lot of disconnect. I feel like this idea has grown beyond me. And what am I getting out of it? Most probably zero. Am I growing? Of course, I'm growing from the knowledge of these guys. Even we went to meet the Professor Magoa, the late. One day, 4 a.m. I was telling guys here, like, you met Professor 4 a.m. And remember now I have to connect with the public transport to make it to the meeting. Because it was important. There's some points I was to contribute, but I realized there you just tell the senior guy to say, because it goes with the levels. So if a professor has not contributed, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Even a doctor sometimes has to communicate through a professor. Oh my goodness, what world is that? So, and I remember also Professor Magoa because, no, Mbithi. Then it was Mbithi. Magoa left.
The deputy.
I think Magoa left in 2014, no?
No, you stayed there.
He was there.
Magoa just left after the Uhuru government, I think.
2013. Kibaki government.
2013, yeah.
2013.
Yeah, he left 2013 to do the neck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do I feel like we met with Professor Magoa for the initial meetings? Before even we go
Maybe when I was at school, I remember he was there.
He was there.
No, I don't think he was taken like to do neck immediately. Uhuru came in power, but maybe mid-term thereabout.
Yeah.
Maybe even the second. Actually, sorry. It was actually the second part of Uhuru's government.
Yes, in 2014 he was there because the guy we met. But by the time we were doing that communication, that's when we had Professor Mbithi. You see, so and that's my story with Sivot. Now, fast forward. Now I see this innovation week have scaled across the country. So every country wants to do it. Now even the
countries want to do innovation week.
No, they won't. They are doing. So it shows you how powerful that was. And now UK, I don't know if it's USAID. There are a couple of NGOs who are contributing to that. And I believe this actually will change the dynamics of people accessing knowledge and also coming together to see what they're building and whatnot.
But I want you to pause there and maybe we just talk about this part. I'm sure you've really grappled with these community things that you do, like you try maybe to convince people. Just truth be told, it's hard sometimes to put the numbers, the actual, like what, now you're telling someone, what will you get from this? I think people have to look at it in terms of it's like an investment for the future. Normally you don't have the numbers.
Yes.
Can you put a number on like how will have known that market force would be 42 million like
5-6 years
and that's the raising. I'm sure normally you raise 10%. So I'm sure it's maybe a $400 million company now.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know the cap table, but maybe.
Yes.
Just looking at because you raise most times 10% of
Yes.
your valuation most of the time,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So
Yes. Yeah.
can
So
imagine.
so if we think that way, and you brought up very good points that sometimes people think short term, ROI,
ROI.
but they forget that even a child is not born walking, so you have to be patient.
Oh, like you're asking a child, what is the ROI of this child now?
You see,
I think we should look at community as child, actually. Okay,
yes.
that's a very profound
It takes
one.
over 18 years for someone to bring anything valuable.
And normally, even, I don't think our parents, after you've now been here, their parents will start doing ROI now.
Exactly. You see.
There'll be ROI, yes, but there'll be no like calculation.
Capitalism is not bad, but to some extent it becomes
it's messed up.
Yeah. So I think after that, now you went to do other things. And one of the things that I want us to mention as we conclude is the book that you wrote.
Yeah.
You are published.
So I went and first. So what happened was, there's some things here that I'll jump, but really it was pivotal. 2015 was pivotal in my life. You know why I was leaving also? Maybe I never told you.
Maybe we had that discussion on the side, but
But what really happened was, my contract was still going on, the university contract. But this time, because I felt like I would not be with the university, I think, for the next that 2015 year. So I felt there's no need to renew and maybe leave me afterwards. I was this person who I've learned better these days because of bills. Don't leave a job without have another job. But get the other one, sign, and then come and say, it's been real.
You are joining Facebook or something?
So no, I was interviewing with FB had some interest, and Google also. Now the Google one, let me just say the truth. Google one, I said, this one Nikonai, this Ginwa Sekayo. This one is we've taken it. This one we've taken it because they're looking for a community manager. And I was already doing this is the kind of thing that this is why I thrive.
I've been doing it.
It's
a no-brainer.
We've done Deep CI, we've done we've done everything, right? So I said I'm even overqualified because most of my interview, but though I had interviewed Google also like for internship sometime back, I never got it when I was in like second year, third year thereabout.
Google Summer of Code.
Yeah. So this one of just community stuff, I said this one I'm overqualified. So actually I interviewed, and actually I was sure I was getting. So even when I'm leaving,
you know that for sure.
When I'm leaving here, I know like this one is going through. Man, they come and tell me like
too bad.
We went for another person. Man, that one crushed me because I feel like
what do I do?
And sometimes
you've
done stuff for this company. Sometimes like you were doing. There's a time people don't know, but there's a time I was not. People used to think even I work at Google because I was doing like Google was like everything, breathing Google. I was like evangelizing for Google like nothing.
Yeah.
So and then of course they took me even Google I/O.
Had you started DevC by the way now that you're talking about communities?
No, DevC no. Okay. This is 2013 when I go to Google I/O. 2015 still. So DevC we started in 2016.
Okay.
The guys who left Google who went to Facebook and they knew me. So they one of them is called Emeka. Emeka knew me and they said, "Hey, Chief, we're starting something new. Something new. Would you like to help?" That time now I've been off the community for like a year, but I feel like
you're crashed.
But this thing is like a calling sort of. Like community, just if it's in your
it's
heart,
not a job.
Yeah, if it's in your heart, you just. So I said, okay, maybe let's do it. So I helped like set up the DevC. Yeah. But anyway, when I was leaving, I knew I would get the Google one because it was a local job here. No, even the interview there was no coding. So I said, I have it. So it didn't work out. So I feel like that those were among the things that were spiraling towards my. Actually, no, I went into depression.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but you don't know because I just disappeared.
You disappeared.
That's the time you didn't get me on a phone number. I was like, I just disappeared. Like I was a bit depressed. Like maybe a few months, maybe 2 months, even when I'm joining Andela, I think I was not at that.
Yeah. Because after joining Andela, that's when we established base.
Yeah, even
started seeing you in the community.
Yes. Even when I'm joining in June, I was not fully like. I was just fully. So, but Andela guys were really good. Even I've just been with Nad, one of the co-founders who actually interviewed me and got me to the. So, joined Andela. And now, so it was at the time of just rebuilding. So, that time now, I'm learning that you cannot control your life. Because that time I thought I'd be a professor. Now,
you're on another path.
Right?
Yeah.
I've dropped off from my master's. Now I'm no longer doing a master's. So I know for sure this professor thing is not going to work.
Yeah.
So that one, like, done deal.
Yeah.
That in that mind that time. But I didn't know that maybe this is for the young people. Like, never constrain your life in a particular thing. You can actually go and do Django for 5 years and go and be a professor for that. It's okay. Like, don't think that it's always a path of.
You can pivot anytime.
Yeah, pivot. So I didn't know about pivoting. I thought, like, I have to follow this path. So, and so I had that tunnel vision. Like, I was just feeling like now I'm lost. So that's why I think that compounded towards my depression.
Yeah.
And also it was so it was happening. Like, I don't know what this phenomenon is, where sometime in your life, like almost 3-5 things could be going wrong at the same time.
And you don't know what is.
So like, it was like I don't know if it's a domino effect. This one causing another because I was also broken up with my girlfriend in 2014, end of 2014. I'm leaving C4D end of that 2014. I'm going to computer. I went working with the prof now, Prof Dongo, for the 3 months before now leaving SCI. And then when I leave, I got rejected from Google. And now
it's done.
So that was a tough time. It was a tough time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even after in the other podcast, I told the story. Like, it's a long story. Actually, even how bad it was. Like, I found myself I didn't know that when you have depression. For me, because most people we don't know about depression. Like, this is the very first thing
I don't.
life,
To be honest, I don't.
So because you don't know that it's only when someone tells you, like, you realize. Because I became paranoid. I feel like there's someone who wants to kill me. No one else. Even if he'd asked me today, who was it there? So now we go back and find out who it was.
So you could not go out of the house?
No, even I knew. No, even leave alone come and go in your house. I knew that now they know my house. They'll come from my house.
Who was this?
I don't know. And then what I do is there's even a night I spend in there's a place called Kebwagi. Is it Kebwagi?
Where is that? Which area is that?
Or let's say, you're in Karen, and going to Ngong. There's a forest on the left.
Yes.
Before you go to Ngong forest and all that.
Yeah.
There's a forest that connects Ngong and Kiserian.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes. Yeah, on the way to Kiserian.
Yeah. You can go to Kiserian that way. You can go to... Before Kiserian, what is the other place?
I'm not conversant with the Kiserian.
Oh, from Kiserian. So before Kiserian...
But I know I've never cycled around that place. So.
Yeah, now even I went through there recently. It's now a tarmac. At that time it was not tarmac. The tarmac now you can connect from that Ngong to Kiserian. Tarmac, yes. Yeah.
Me, I've used it when it's tarmac.
Oh yeah, then it was not.
Yeah.
So I could spend there like a night.
Alone?
Yeah.
Doing what?
I feel like that's the place I can hide. So it's so funny.
It was that bad?
It was so funny that you're going to hide a place where you're most actually like... Because now someone told me that there's a place for the extraditional killings. They dump their people. So you can imagine if I ever met those guys and they say, oh, now they'll know.
But Prof, I know you never used to get enough sleep.
Yeah.
Do you think that also contributed?
Of course. Everything, like I've come to realize, sleep, stress and all that. Yeah, it really contributes. Like for but it's funny. It's like they work like in circular.
It builds up.
So let's say stress will make you not sleep, and then I keep going. It's a circular.
Hey, Chief.
It's a circular.
Nowadays, at least things are good.
So when I noticed that, I just after that time. My life, I think it was a good thing that happened. The good thing, bad things in life is they sort of make you, thank you.
Yeah.
Halfway through there. Actually, 3/4 way. The good thing, bad things in life, they sort of, when you've gone over them, is when you start realizing how they made you better. But when you're in it, you don't see it.
It looks dark.
I don't see it. But when after I saw, so it made me, after that, I think I'm never in a hurry about life.
Yeah.
So even like even work, you cannot come and maybe wave a check at me like because it's a big check, so you can tell me like we can give you this, or you can. So for me, I do what I love. Like, you cannot come. Let's say my current job, but I don't say where I work. But if my current job happens, like you come, so you come and tell me that I want to hire you, give you double. It doesn't really matter to me. Money does not really matter for me, unless whatever you are hiring me for is really like. So I'm passionate about that area, right? Then
you just want to build, or you want to be part of that process.
Yeah. So and then I'm not in a hurry, like making the money and all that. So that makes me a very poor. So I'm a very bad. So I've just been thinking about myself, like, and that was the way you asked me, like, who are you? I think I'm an inventor. I invent stuff. I like ideation, ideation and all that kind of things. Yeah, I like ideation. I like. But I cannot run a business. I don't have a grid. Like I'm not an entrepreneur. I've come to agree that I'm not an entrepreneur, but I can actually give you an idea that can change. So that I've known. So it's easier. Like if I was to run something, I know who to get. Get another, like someone who may be good in the business side and the numbers and all that, and then so that's what I'm working. Like most times I'm working, trying to get more guys that like-minded, but they have better strength than myself. Because for me, once I have ideated and I've built that thing, I lose that's overlapped. That's like that was my thrill. To be
I see
the running, but the build, like coming with that new invention. That's my end.
Nice.
So I end up being like a serial. I'm not going to say interior entrepreneur, but I'm a serial innovator. Because you say inventor, maybe it's like a new thing. So most of the things that I do are not new, that sort of just remixes. So I mean, just an innovator. So I'm a still innovator. I like didn't go into the things that I've been working on and things that I have in pipeline. So I always have something always going on. Yeah. So like,
you want to mention maybe 2 or 3?
2 or 3. So over time I've been trying to just utilize the strength that I have and my passions to build things that matter to me. So I love music. So sometime last year I was trying to start off to build something called Sauti Gang. So Sauti Gang basically is it's supposed to be a software engineering, a sound engineering company. So it's all about sound. Like I wanted to go beyond like normal production, but I want you, like a producer for such a show, to be my customer. So I'm trying to, just right now we're in the research phase. Like we're just trying even to think about, can you have and I saw actually these guys, Scarlett, they came up with something close to whatever I was thinking about. Like where you can do a podcast just in a pop-up, like you can go to even, let's say you go to Java and you just have a small box, you connect the mics and you do a podcast, just like a portable, more portable than this is also, of course, it's a bit portable, you can quickly move it, but I wanted like something like even on top of a car or whatever place, you can do a podcast and stream and all that. So that's what I was thinking, some of the things I was thinking about. But of course right now we're just in the research, trying to learn how to build things like plugins for doors. Just sound engineering research. So that's a long one. That's what I think. That's something I would like to do in the lifetime now. Because I love music.
Moonshot.
I love music. I love music. So that's like I always tell guys, like when I retire, like from coding, I would love to be like a producer. You're already a producer. I love to be like you now. Going to like, I love like sound and production stuff. That's what I would like to do. Like just for rest of my life, if I'm not coding. And coding should just be now for fun. But one that I want to give a shout out, a plug is one that I'm trying to set up for kids. It's called Let Kids Code. LKC.
Nice.
So LKC.codes. So we'll share those links. You can put them on the. So that's still in the works. Trying to get, I want to get some interest from parents, see like those who might be interested and see. But I would love to build it as a platform, not really as we'll start it as a service, but I know they will end up being a platform where other people who want to do the same things can use our platform to do it. So a learning platform for after school coding. for kids.
That's amazing. That's amazing stuff. So, guys, check it out. It's Let's Kid Code. Also, it's on Twitter. I see it's pretty new, right?
Yeah, apparently. So we on Twitter.
Joined in February 2023.
Yes, we joined on Saturday.
Yeah.
So basically, it is like 2 days from after before this podcast. So it is like Let Kids Code.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It was inspired from Let My People Go from the Bible.
Oh.
Yeah, so let watch out a code. That's what you're saying.
So there's something I wanted to mention before even we come to a close. And this is the first of the discussion because there are a couple of things that I feel we can even explore.
Yeah, we didn't talk about my other thing that I... So now what I do on my day job, I'm lucky by that now I'm working fully on open source. Yeah, even on my current work. So my current work is open source on Kubernetes, all the Kubernetes things like Containerd, all that kind of things, Windows containers. So it's really awesome space that I'm working on right now. That one you can come and talk and maybe another day.
True. Yeah.
And because we want to see whether we can also get more guys from the local community to join. To join.
Chief, anytime. Because also, from back in the day, I'm always passionate about open source, agile, and entrepreneurship. Because that also contributes to like a fully fledged, proper, tech person.
Yeah.
So that would be really amazing. Yeah. Do you think it's the right time we do open source conference in Kenya?
Yes. I don't think we have to wait for a lot. I think we have a number of guys contributing. Maybe IT should help us. We do a survey, just find out local contributors to open source.
Yeah.
That survey will be important.
Yeah. But AT is planning something big. We'll be able to be announcing it maybe before mid this year.
About open source?
No, about bringing techies together across Africa. Yeah, so that's something. But also open source, we feel like we'll be part of the open source this year, which happens in Nigeria.
The open source one,
the conference, because we
maybe we should go there, speak about what we are doing also. We should go there. We can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we might actually decide to. If we get now it's a time when budgeting is really constrained, but or I can talk to the guys if I can do a talk, even if it's those lightning talks online, live. It's okay. I see. I know that conference.
Okay.
But we might not go ourselves, but that's a very nice conference. So maybe it's high time also to do one in Kenya.
I'd love to. But also Nigeria is not that far from here, so you can self-sponsor. You're not doing that bad.
I could, but I could, but I don't want to like, for me, usually when I say, I'm coming.
You're coming, for sure.
So
that's the way.
That's the way.
So, Prof. Nanda, thank you so much for creating them to us. Here we normally give parting shot for our listeners. What would be your parting shot?
Parting shot.
Especially to the techies.
To the techies, let's keep building. Yeah, so my staff my mantra has always been like, talk less, do more. That's the thing. Talk less, do more. Yeah, of course, there's a point where we need to talk about what we've been doing. But I think it's much better to talk about what we've been doing. As much as opposed to talking about what you're going to do or what you'll have done.
Yeah. Amazing stuff. That's Anthony Nanda, or Prof. Nanda if you want. Is a seasoned software engineer with over 10 years of industry experience.
Talking maybe 15, just say the truth. Coding at least 20 plus. Since my first line of code. So I was lucky. Years. I was lucky because I did in high school. So at least, so we're talking of 2003. That's when I started coding. So.
Nice. And he's also, as he said, an open source contributor in a number of projects. How is your book, Open APIs? Is it Open APIs?
No, it's called Building...
Beginning API Development with Node.js.
With Node.js.
Yeah.
No. Books, let me just the truth. You cannot make money from books per se, but what that book did to me was to help me like understand some things. Because when right now you're putting something like almost like cast to stone. So you don't just write like the way you write a blog where you can come and edit. So it helped me like go deep into understanding some bits of node. So it was for me. That's what I gained from it. But in terms of money, nothing much, like, because books don't sell that much. Yeah. So, and then tech is, of course, we bootleg, as we said. So even if someone already wanted that book, they'll get it somewhere in bootleg form, which is okay. So, and now again, so the book is now a bit outdated. I wanted to do an update, but the publishers said they didn't see a reason to do an update for it again. Yeah, but I'm on to other things. So right now I'm more into distributed systems, containers. So one thing that I would like to write, I still love writing. So I'll do a LeanPub where I'm self-publishing. So planning to do a LeanPub on container internals. Container internals.
That would be so helpful. Linux. Yeah. And we want more writers who can share their knowledge over time. Yeah.
I'll also share my link on what we are writing on internals. So I'm sort of getting some like-minded guys. We're forming a collective of guys who just want to share knowledge on the internal systems. So the book is called, the site is called Kernel, but Kernel without the vowels. KRNL.2.
Nice. TWO.
TO, yeah. But I'll send you the links.
TO, okay.
Yeah, TO. KRNL.TO. So that's why we share all the stuff about internals, like low-level stuff. So if you're interested in that or just wanting to know, we just started. Our first blog should be going up like maybe, it's actually ready. We did it over the weekend, but it should be going out. We're just reviewing it, just so everything is good, and then we'll be getting out maybe on Tuesday. So basically just a place to get like-minded guys who want to go into the low-level things.
Nice. That was wonderful, Anthony Nanda. And thank you so much for listening to us. This was Impact Masters Podcasts, Impact Masters Media, in collaboration with Africa's Talking Podcasts. Check out africastalking.com, and we're on all social medias. Let me just be a guy who asks you guys to subscribe. Please subscribe on all our websites, all our YouTube channel, and also on we are on podcasts, all podcast channels such as Apple, Spotify. We are on Google Podcasts and any other podcasts such as iTunes, TuneIn, FM. There are a couple of them. So your favorite one, just go and subscribe and share with your friends. Thank you so much. I'm your host, Michael Kimathi. See ya.